than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live at the Bike, brought to you by the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, the first and only webcast of real-action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hansen. Of course, I am joined by the poker babe, Shirley Rosario. How are we doing tonight, Shirley?
Good.
Good?
Yes, very good.
Well, we're in for another 300 to 500. No limit hold'em game tonight. It seemed to be the staple game of our Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yes.
That's come around. We did try for the 8-16 limit, but the games just really weren't strong enough, and there were a lot of people already on the board for this game.
Right.
So we said, well, why not just do this game, appease everyone. So here we go. Let's get to the action.
Yeah.
Let's go around and introduce the table.
Okay, in seat number 1, we have Kai.
First hit on film equals a straight flush.
2, we have Martin.
That's not a straight flush, it's better.
Seat 3, we have Gus.
I want to see it.
Seat 4 is Sylvester.
I've never had
Seat
a
5
real
is
flush
Brian.
except on poker.
David Kelsey's in seat 6.
That's a real royal flush.
Nadine in seat 7. Alan in seat 8. And Rick Nebbiolo.
Oh, look who it is in seat 9. It's our old friend, Rick Nebbiolo. I think we just missed a royal flush on the first hand of the night. Sounds like they were saying. I get high hopes for this game, Shirley, but I can tell you, any time Rick Nebbiolo is in the game, we know that that's one seat that won't be playing many hands.
Right.
So, we'll see.
Well, I mean, I think he actually loosens it up a little when he's on Live at the Bike because he doesn't want to be known as a nit to all the 2+2ers out there.
Ah. So Martin Wood, one day after Halloween,
You ready?
decided to mix
He
it
forgot
up.
to take off his costume.
Yeah.
Spider tricks,
And we've got
There we go.
five-way action here, limped around. Couple people have the same flush draw. And we got a bet here by seat number 6, I believe, on the 8. And the flush draws are going to call. So actually, Nadib was the one that bet, into the flush draw. Seat 6 is
He
out
has
of
the
there.
flush, yeah.
And,
Flush
and
draw.
Kai called. Now Kai picks up a pair. But Nadib is going to continue to bet into the flush draw. He has a pair as well. He's got a pair and a flush draw, but
Pair
now
of 4s, flush draw.
K, is that K or Kai there? He's got,
I call him Ryan.
yeah, that's, me too, yeah, exactly.
That's what you know him as, too?
Yeah. He's going to make the call, and Brian is in there with 7-9, and the river is a 3, and it looks like Queen 7 is good here.
I'm thinking about what.
But look at this, Nadib's going to bet again.
Can have one of your nuts.
Betting 90.
He bets 90. And Kay or Kai or Ryan is going to fold the best hand.
Yeah.
I'll say, are we all out?
No.
Okay.
Still got ice man.
And Brian folds. And look at that. Nadib with some good aggressive play takes it down with the third best hand.
Nine two. What? It was a 9 too. Better.
So we're going to go ahead and
We're going to change him. Put Ryan on there.
Ryan in seat 1.
I didn't have anything. I was on draw.
So who's in seat 1, Shirley?
Ryan.
You got to go through the whole thing, so we don't have to do this over in voiceover again.
I hit my straight on the turn.
Seat number 1, we have Ryan.
There we go.
Was that right?
That's for Nick. There we go. Button is in seat 6.
Oh, Mr. Pimp Man. 10 total. Take the money back.
last time? You got re-raise.
And it looks like Martin Wood is going to raise it up here at $10.
Diablo. He wants to re-raise.
What's up, Diablo?
Oh, look at that. We got the Omega Plumbing Boy, Diablo,
Okay.
I check the flyer.
behind.
Go ahead, babe.
You checking the blind?
You can hear his voice in the background. A couple callers here. Ace 9-5, so Martin's hit top pair.
Betting 20.
Checking the dark.
And he's going to bet 20. And he's going to take a gap. Oh boy, Alan's really been a staple on the show lately, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Every single show he can get on, he's been on. I don't know if you've seen him play in 510 or higher, though, in the 500 game.
We saw him one time when it converted to a larger game, remember? And he lost his chips. And
That's right, he was actually...
kind of forced into a bigger
He
game.
was actually, he was playing with a bunch of pros.
Yes.
Like half.
That was the night when Paul Darden showed up and
Yeah.
Green is one up.
had Ron Rose.
Perfect
Yeah.
product plug. Perfect product plug.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
John
like
Wong and John
6 or s-
Fan.
Yeah, 6 or 7 pros in the game.
This is my favorite hand right here.
This one is
Button is here in seat 7.
Ray, make it 35 total. That one's
Seat 5 is going to raise it up. Ryan the Iceman, he makes it 35 to go.
It's like 40 grand I won.
And there's Russ over there. Oh, excuse me, Gus. He's a pretty solid player from what we've seen of him.
30 more.
Alan, give me one.
And he's going to fold.
You want a junior man?
Yes, Alan.
And Ryan is going to take it down.
Open the right side.
By the way, some of you might have wondered why in the intro I was holding up a white piece of paper. Did that work, by the way, Isaac? We're just trying to test out how I could continue to wear black.
Sure.
Because in actuality, I came in here with a party poker shirt on because it was the only light-colored shirt in my closet. And
And they nixed that.
Yeah, yeah.
No salt. What would I look like? This is running the skirt.
Everything I have is dark. But
Junior miss around the table.
Free. Complimentary of Alan.
Thanks, buddy.
of course, we in no way endorse any
Next time when I
violence,
catch you, I won't thank you all yet.
Yeah, it's your turn. I got the last
Besides,
one.
except for
The
Poker
bike-
Blue.
Thebike.com.
Right, thebike.com on Wednesday nights,
Play,
Poker Blue.
play free poker. But we'll talk about the other ones. Talk about how I can't win
Ray,
my
make it
damn
15
seat on.
total.
Poker Stars?
Yes,
Yeah.
those double shootouts are killing me.
It is. But I already
Get a raise here by Sylvester.
do my next one.
Seat 4, he's got ace, queen of diamonds.
I'll drink what you drink next time. Okay.
And we got a call by David.
3 flyer.
David Kelsey with king deuce. And Ryan's in there in the big blind with ace 8 offsuit. Well, there's the ace.
God, I would've
And you wonder if Ryan's going to get into some trouble. He checks.
Why call? You're going to check fold?
Why so much?
I don't think he's going to check
betting
fold.
45.
We'll see.
Sylvester bets 45 here. Now look at this. David's got bottom 2.
Yeah, he's got ace 10.
And he's just going to call. I was going to say, if he raised it, might save Ryan, surely, but... Well, you got a bet and a call now. And again, I think Ryan's mistake
Knowing
this
Ryan,
hand.
I don't think he's going to call. I don't even think he should have played the hand in the beginning.
Well, now maybe that he has to overcall. You might be right here. But you're right. I think the mistake in this hand is making the call pre-flop.
Right. See,
And
there you
he's
go.
going to fold.
I mean, you know, you bet, someone raises, you know where you are, you dump your hand.
Heads up.
I mean,
So David's slow playing bottom 2 pair here. The turn is a 7. And Sylvester's going to bet
Betting
again.
145.
He bets 145. And do you think that David might be... Well, he's not worried about ace-king because he's going to move all in. So Sylvester bets 145 on the turn, and it looks like David is all in for about 400.
Blue service?
So it's probably another 250.
That's in the
Can I
pot.
get a Chinese pepper?
250 or so for Sylvester to call. I want to say that the pot is probably
You're
laying
going to have the biggest pot of the day. So
about 500 or 600. 250 to call.
Either way, it's going to be the biggest bust.
It's not over.
So it's about a $500 or $600 pot, 250 to call here for Sylvester. What do you put the guy on? That he smooth called the flop, and now he's going to move in on the turn. You know? And he makes,
He
the,
makes
call.
the call.
And the river is his 3 of spades, and that's no help.
and that, yeah.
No help.
If you thought he was on a flush draw, he just got there.
Yeah. Again, the hand was kind of played out a little bit strangely. I mean, if I bet the flop and he called, and then I bet the turn, and then he puts me and he moves all in, can't really put him on, say, can't really put him on a set of 7s because I don't think he would have stuck around on
Right.
the flop. Maybe bottom set, maybe some sort of 2 pair that he caught with a flush draw,
Not
maybe?
hand, not hand.
Or I guess in this case, king deuce.
Or an ace with flush draw.
Ace with flush draw, and then he hit.
Ace 6 of spades. ace
Yeah,
10
or
of
and then just
spades.
moving in there on the
Right.
turn with the flush draw. Well, I guess that's what Sylvester was hoping for.
First one came up.
Because, I mean, that would have been the only thing that he was actually ahead of with one card to come. And he was getting about 2-1 on his money.
Pop your dollar right up. Pop your junior man's with a dollar.
So once again,
Button is in seat 9.
I look like a clown because he was laughing at you holding up that white piece of paper.
What, in the beginning of the show?
Yeah.
You know, I never have actually met a Sylvester in real life. Seat 4.
He doesn't look like a Sylvester,
No?
that's for sure.
Well, I guess if the only Sylvester you know is Sylvester
Stallone.
Stallone, excuse me. Yeah, he looks a little different. Pot is limped around here. 3 ways.
I'm checking.
Well, looks like Brian has a pair of 5s, and now he's hit trips.
I'm checking the foot.
And he's going to check it
Check,
again.
wow.
Here is the deuce.
Hold on a second.
See if it works. Let's see if somebody bets in here.
They must know something we don't. He checked.
Check. I show one card.
Check, check.
Betting 25.
Well, now Brian's going to bet. He's going to bet
I'm
25.
showing the club.
$11 in the pot. Kidding me?
And it does not look like anyone can call here.
No.
You got.
Oh!
Hey, Jade,
And
he's
he's
got my
going to
next
take
one.
it down.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, from what I remember about David Kelsey, he's been on the show a few times. He's played it pretty tight.
Yes.
Surprised that he called there with King Deuce
I'm
suited to a
surprised,
pre-flop
too.
raise.
No, anything pairs up on the
But,
river, he's gone.
From what we've seen of him so far.
Anything.
What a time, though, to hit 2 fair and get paid off.
You would have called on one pair for $300.
Tough. Well, the same thing you do.
Playing 300 behind.
And Sylvester's going to buy for 300 behind.
Actually, I should have gone all in earlier.
Button now is in seat 1.
It worked. Say that.
When he called you, I thought he had Case King.
No, I didn't think he had it.
You didn't think he had Case King?
I don't think he would have.
Limp. Of course, if you want to follow a live thread that started on the internet, you can go to 2plus2.com spelled out, click on forums, World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments, the official Live at the Bike thread for November 1st. You're playing 300 to 500 no limit. The yellow chips are $5 chips. Pot was limped around.
Alan has the best hand.
Ace,
That's pretty
10,
sick.
8 here on the flop. Yeah, look at that. Great flop for pocket 3s, huh? Well, it turns a 7. That gives a couple people pairs.
Betting 15.
And now, seat number 2 is going to bet with Queen 7. Well, Brian's got the same pair. He's out kicked, but he has a gut shot. There are 2 hearts out there. And Sylvester is now going to raise. Now he actually has ace
He has
3.
the ace.
He was never he wasn't showing us. So he checked the flop, and now he's raised the turn with the ace 3. And Martin's going to fold, and Sylvester takes it down. So again, yeah, or you can email us at live@thebike.com. But again, to follow a live thread, 2plus2.com, forums, World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments. The official Live the Bike thread for November 11th.
And we monitor that while the show's going on.
That's right. The yellow chips are $5 chips. Blue chips are $1 chips. Purples are 25s. And the whites
And Mr. T.
are 100s. Take a look at that, huh? Money.
Squirted on you? That's nasty.
I wouldn't even respond to it.
You can visit Shirley's website,
There you go, Bart.
poker-babes.com. Or you can just seem to type in any type of poker-related question into a Google or Yahoo search, and it seems like
Well,
her
any kind of
website
person,
is
yeah.
way up at the top.
Any person, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
All the big names, Phil Ivey and Howard and.
Full client.
I actually spend a lot of time typing my name into Google searches. So
And how do I
see
do on that?
Yours comes up pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm up at the top there.
And I changed everything.
929. And actually, most of the time, it's stuff that I get so mad. I'll get into it after this here. The turn is in a 7 here.
Gives Sylvester the flush draw.
Yep. Martin's got a pair of 7s. Martin's going to bet 15 here. And Brian calls. Pocket 6s. And he is behind. And the river's a 9, so 3 9s on board.
You got there 9.
Martin's going to bet again with the 7. Why
Betting
not?
40.
He bets 40. Little value bet there.
7?
Looks like he's calling.
Yeah, and Brian calls. Martin's going to take it down there with the 7. A lot of times the stuff that I come across on your site sometimes drives me nuts because you'll be like, I had another disagreement with Bart last night, or Bart said that Mark Safe just played that hand like a tournament move, or with the ace king, or what was the other one? Oh, this is great too. Something I never said. Bart said that tournament players can't be good poker players.
Oh man, don't start. Everybody heard you.
I said just because you're a good tournament player doesn't mean you're a good poker player. I didn't say that you can't be a good poker player if you're a good tournament player. That is two different schools of thought. But I know that you went and wrote an article about that.
Yes, I did. You know, I actually take it pretty easy on you because I could say a lot worse. He cuts me off. Can't get a word in.
You know James Kelsey, right?
Seat 6 raised here to 20 with 7-9 of spades. But Brian, he's in the big blind. He's got pocket queens.
All in.
He's going to move all in.
You were going to
Oh, that's one way to play it.
Kelsey's pretty tight there. So when he raises under the gun, maybe you figure he's got a decent hand. Look at Nadeeb smooth called with pocket 10s in second position. So Brian moves all in for 225. Now obviously David's not going to call. Now, is Brian playing this hand like he's got like a mid-level pocket pair, like 8s or 9s, but Nadeeb is not going to get involved.
Did everybody fold?
Yeah.
Show the aces.
Yeah, you actually, you know, with 10s, I almost might call there.
Because you think he might be
Because
doing
he's
that
so
with that.
overbet the pot that you would think
Yeah.
the middle pair.
Thank you.
I mean, I thought that sometimes at first too, but now I think people have kind of clued into the fact that sometimes over betting the pot is like an angle. Where like sometimes like let's say I'm playing a 5-10 no limit game and somebody moves all in on the button for $1,500 and I've got pocket kings in the big blind.
Right.
Would you automatically call that? I mean, you got to
Well,
think
you have to
twice.
think about it. Yeah,
You know,
if you're as deep, if you're $1,500 deep, you better think about it.
Right, that's what I mean. Like before, to me, like in my early days of poker, that would be an instant call because I think they're stealing from it. But again, that's like a technique or an angle that someone might play too.
But I can't even do it.
You know, yesterday I tried doing that in my double shootout, and
I didn't go all
it didn't
in.
work. I overbet the pot like on four different times with
Should've mucked it this
huge
time.
hands.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a call.
Yeah. Pot was raised here, I believe, by seat 7 with King Jack.
Yeah, no kidding.
Brian
No
called
kidding.
with
Watch
Jack
this.
10, and it goes check
You
here.
blocked good. Why didn't you play as one of my favorite hands you got there?
Oh, you got it. You knew how to sell that.
And now Brian's going to bet here.
You even got the outfit for it. Come on now.
And he's going to take it down. Nadeeb did not bet the flop. Brian takes it down with the Jack 10.
In position,
Offsuit.
you're gonna bet it.
And one of the other things I wanted to mention, too, some of those people out there, and again, this is kind of funny because I don't know if they can hear us because they're having trouble, getting the webcast, but maybe if Kev Math or some of the other people that are active on the 2+2 thread can repeat this to them when they're asking, how do I get the shows? Apparently, AOL did some sort of upgrade this week, and I guess what we're going to need you need to wait a week
Sooner or later.
before you'll be able to AOL 9 Security Edition. You need to wait a week because the cache files are being not refreshed, pretty much there or something like that. I don't
What
know.
are you talking about? Archives?
I'm talking about people that when they go to the stream, they just keep getting the preview. They're not getting the actual stream. So if you're using AOL 9, Security Edition 9, you can either wait or go and use another browser, like an Internet Explorer or a Firefox or Safari or whatever.
I know, you'll buy it all night.
We got a raise here by Martin for $10. A couple people called. King 5.
Betting a nickel.
So if you're using AOL 9, try a different
I bet
browser.
650.
You can make it 10.
I don't have that much money.
And I think that Al bet $5
I'm a
here
jungle poker.
with pocket 3s.
You're a what? Jungle Book Cruise operator.
And he's bet $10 blind here on the turn.
What about him?
He called 5 already. This is betting in the dark. It's the dark, man. Betting in the dark. $10.
Damn, man!
Turn is a 10.
I'm not
Hey, Alan. We don't know you got Case King.
And I think Martin is going to fold. There you go.
$5.
Thank you.
He's king.
Would have been a good time.
Of course, you can also watch us on the LA poker scene,
You never know when it's
Sky Satellite 265 in England.
almost turned it up. Bam.
For all of us, all of you English viewers out there. Hornsby drinkers,
Shazam, they're all right
Strongbow,
there.
Blackthorn,
Like Donkey Kong.
What are you talking about?
Carling,
What? Those are English people.
beers, ciders.
English beers.
Yeah.
What did you do out in the car?
Raise.
Guy's king.
What is that?
10
Marty?
total.
We have a raise here by,
$10.
Only $10, so they're all saying, all
Seat
right, I'll
two?
Trying to get some action in this state.
I believe,
Oh, my bad.
we can't see what he has. He's got King 6 of
Yeah,
spades.
just nickel more.
I guess this is his idea of loosening it up a bit.
There we go.
man.
Ryan moves all in.
He's got ace queen off suit. No, that might be the right play. I mean, you've got
I think so.
a lot of
I
dead
mean,
money in there.
A lot of limpers in there.
I thought you were
Lippers times
Pick up-
2, right?
yeah.
$10.
I gotta look at the
165.
$50. He's going to move in for 165.
Yeah, I took his 10.
The funny thing about Martin's hand is, well, there's 1-6 dead. Ryan, he's got ace queen, but if anyone were to call him, like say Brian here with 7-9 of diamonds,
He has live cards.
extremely live cards because Ryan, almost all of the aces are all dead. And Brian's going to gamble it up and he's going to call. He's going to call with the 7-9
let's
of diamonds.
Did he get sleep last night?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he showered or what. Looks like one of the 7s is dead there.
I think Ryan's going to flip. 7-9 beats him.
Well, David's got ace 7. He's going to fold.
winning hand.
I have to worry about the other end.
Let's see it. 7-9 of diamonds against ace queen here. It's about a $350 pot. Here we go. There's
Oh,
a 7, but
seven.
there's a queen. Turn is a
What about
deuce,
Case Queen?
and the river is a 10.
Oh, that's a good hand.
There you go.
Good one. Good one.
Ryan takes it down.
Boy, you love that flop. When you saw that flop,
I know, yeah. Nice there.
What did he say?
What did he
When he
say?
saw that flop?
What did he say?
I don't think they want to repeat it. I don't know if I want to repeat it either. I think the guy said, when you saw that flop, you must have thought, wang, 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 like some sort of like,
I heard something. I wasn't
some
sure
sort
what it was.
of making fun of like some sort of Asian language or something like that.
That man needs another drink. Another round, please.
no, don't worry. I'm going to get everybody at once. After I win the next big pot, I'm going to get everybody a shot.
Butt moves over there to seat 7.
All right.
I still want to know what you said. I couldn't quite hear it.
It's in Mandarin. I wouldn't want to hear it.
Man, I'm Chinese. I don't hear.
You would understand.
Raise, make it 50.
And we get a raise here by Nadiv, pocket 6s.
Are you mad because you laid down the other hand?
Yeah, the 10.
It's all right. Don't let it go still.
He's picking up on it. He's got extra sensory press.
And fold here. And I think 6s are going to take it down. There you go.
Too close up there, right?
You can feel your chi. It's still negative on the left side.
So look at this post here by Barry Woods.
Right.
I guess apparently David Kelsey is Barry Woods' friend. He says Dave sometimes plays a little unconventionally. He's really good at reading people and putting them on hands. And he's done well in a couple of tourneys. And if you're on the thread, you can go and click on the link there to the Hendon Mob database that Barry Woods put up
I
there.
might not be able to call you. I just called him.
By the way, where is Barry Woods? It seems like he's here every single night.
Not
Apparently tonight
yeah.
he had other commitments. Stars and Stripes, $2,400 $100 no limit. David Kelsey, about $60,000. And then at the beginning of that month, he had a $100,000 June of 2004.
Wow.
A second place finish,
$10 make you holler.
California State Poker Championship, and a first place finish at $100 no limit.
I only play
And look at that,
that's all.
$59,000 for $100 no limit. How many people
That's
were in that
sick.
tournament?
Yeah, no kidding.
Is that even?
It
is that
has to be
correct?
rebuys.
Oh, with rebuys. Okay.
It has to be.
Yeah. That would be pretty. But still, that's got to be like hundreds of people with hundreds of rebuys. We have a raise here
Player.
by seat 2. Again, raising it to $10. A bunch of
Maybe
people
it
have called.
doesn't.
I guarantee this.
No, I would think it would have to. King 7-9, couple
That's so
clubs,
nasty.
Okay, let me
Betting
wait,
20.
stop for a second.
and Martin bets here with the 9.
Time.
You would need like a $250,000 prize pool to give out, say, like 60 grand,
Those are
right?
good, but you
For
don't
first
need so many,
prize.
and then you got
This stuff's poison.
So
Right.
This stuff's more
that would
toxic than
be.
just setting on top of
You would
it.
need about 2,500.
No, to give out 60 for
Yeah.
first place? No, it would be about 100
How much
and
more do you got?
Okay, here, I'll put him on that.
180, I think.
How about that?
Well, okay, if it's a third,
142.
I always thought it was about a quarter.
No, it's usually between 30 and 40% here at the bike.
You should never stand next to me.
You freak out about
So we got a bet and a raise here by Brian, and Rick. Excuse me, Al has raised here with an open-ended straight draw and a flush draw. And Brian calls with King Deuce because he's all in. And what a draw Al has. Well, no help and no help. Al had the open-ended straight draw and flush draw, but he didn't get there. And King Deuce
King Deuce.
takes it down. Wow.
How can he do that?
100.
Brian's not afraid to get his money in the pot.
Never seen.
How much more was it to him?
David, that's what
Like $100 more dollars?
I think he was pretty much all in. He had maybe another less than that amount. But even if, like you said, even if it was like say 30%, so let's say the prize pool would need to be 170,000, right?
Right.
Wouldn't you need to have 1,700 people?
1,700.
We don't have 1,700 people for those
Right.
events.
Yeah.
That's why, even with rebuys.
So with rebuys, we're looking at like 700 people and then doing like 2 or 3.
Yeah, something like that. So that might.
That's a pretty damn good payday for
Yeah.
$100. Or even if
It
it's
still sounds a little
rebuys.
suspect to
I
me.
know, now I know why you call it
But-
shit. You gotta be praying for Deuce Deuce. Even Deuce Deuce might not be good.
Deuce
No.
Clubs, it was no
Button
good.
is over there in seat 9,
5, damn it.
Right, 15 total.
and we got a raise here by Gus. Pocket 7s. Seat 4 is going to call with King 10 suited. Look at that. Al's got the junior mints over there.
He always has junior mints.
Nadeeb just calls with Ace King. We're going to see a family pot here again. 6-way action. $60 or $90 pot.
Ace King is and still bets.
Gus is going to bet here. Not a bad
Betting 50.
flop for pocket 7s. It looks like he has the best hand. He's going to bet 50 into a $60 pot.
Let me see if I can make a sick play. Like Alec.
Yeah, come on, have some stones. Go over the top.
Is there a flush out there? No. Straight draw out there? Damn. I don't have anything.
Yeah, ace four.
And it looks like he's going to take it down.
runner to flush.
There you go.
I'm all in.
Not bad. Some deuce. Going with king deuce. Like that.
Here's a good post by Russ McGinley. It says, Bart, people using AOL have no idea what Firefox is. Button moves over there. I have to tell you, I didn't know what Firefox was until I started doing this show. Like an all, like
Yeah,
an
I haven't
alternate-
heard of it until I
alternate
started
browser.
doing computer classes.
Yeah. Apparently, it's a better browser, huh? Than Internet Explorer. It does more things. And once again, we still have not seen Rick Nebbiolo play a hand yet in
That's
seat
true.
9.
Raise 20 more to call.
And Martin Wood is going to raise it up. 20 more. He's got pocket 10s. Sylvester's going to call with a Jack 10 offsuit.
Now we're talking.
4-player.
4-way action. $80 pot. 9-7-5. Couple of diamonds. Pocket 10s is still good here with the overpair. See how much he bets into the $80 pot.
Betting
50.
50.
Not that much. He's going to bet. Sylvester passes. Nadiv passes.
God bless you.
And Ryan's going to call. $180 pot here going to the turn.
All you can eat. Heads up.
Turns an ace. Just gets worse and worse for Ryan. Martin bets again.
Betting 75.
That's 75. I really think that this is raise or fold here for Ryan if he's going to continue on. He's got a pair and a gut shot, right?
Right.
And he's going to fold.
6, 7, or 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he shows the pocket tens.
Look at that.
Got by myself some new hair weave.
Small blind, please.
What an afro.
Custom too, right?
I guess more hair is better than less
Yeah, I
hair.
wonder if I go on and you call me, do I get the
I don't know.
Good.
Shaved heads are kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah.
You into bald men?
I like
Sure that's
shaved
part of the
heads.
deal.
You have to ask though, but
All right, then.
if you cover me, I get an extra $5.
Yeah. It does smooth, huh?
You know the lead singer from Live? Ed Kowalczyk?
So smooth that I'm
No.
You familiar? No?
No.
No?
I know a couple of their songs, but I have no idea what they look like.
Classic bald head. Got a raise here from seat 7, $15. It looks like seat 2 is called blind. We can't see what he has.
Marty. I didn't do it.
Jack 8 of
Who's
diamonds.
the win?
Well, it's not the worst random hand that you can have.
Did he look at it?
I don't know. I don't think he did.
4 player.
4-way action. $60 pot. Oh, he's got top pair. 4, 5, 8.
What?
But look at this. Gus has flopped a straight. Gus has got a straight in seat 3.
Betting 40.
Sylvester's going to make a continuation bet for 40.
No, Nadiv bet.
Excuse me, Nadiv with the pre-flop raiser. He's got a pair of 4s.
Yeah, he has the ace of clubs, but
And the button calls, and let's see how Gus is going to play the straight here. There's a couple clubs out there. I would imagine that he's going to check raise. Just get some money in there, right? I mean, any 6, any 7,
think
any
that's
third
how he's
club.
gonna play
It's
it.
going to kill a lot of the action.
Raise.
And he says he's going to raise. Well, there's the 40. Let's see how much more he's going to make it. Before the raise, the pot's about 160 right now. Or excuse me, I think it's actually $200 right now.
Raising 120 more.
And he's going to make it 120 more.
that seems about.
So now it's about 320,
About
120 to call. I just can't imagine that anyone's going to call. Well, Martin does have top pair here, but I mean, he's got Jack 8 of diamonds. Gus is pretty solid. Nadiv is still thinking about it with the ace 4, but I think he's just acting it out.
And they're both done.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Martin quickly folds the Jack 8. And Gus takes it down.
Thank you.
C3.
Big blind, sir.
Where's the Corona Queen?
What?
Where's the Corona Queen?
You want a Corona?
Yeah.
And a hoop? All right.
Butt moves over there to seat 3.
So who won the Nano?
Action Joe Wynn won about a $14,000 nano pot on Friday night.
That's how much he lost
Hoping you're in the
trying to
Pretty
get a
much.
good bluff.
Yeah, pretty much. Looks like Ace King over there in the small blind for Sylvester. See if he raises here. After this hand, I want to get a shot of Rick Nebbiolo's close, too. He's always wearing a tie.
Raise 25.
He's going to make it 25 to go here. Gus has got 4-5 offsuit on the
40
button.
more to go.
And it doesn't look like Sylvester really is that deep. What does he get there? One,
Looks
two and a
like
half
200
stacks?
and, yeah, 240.
Yeah.
That's on you, right?
And Gus. Well, he does have position.
To you.
He's a tight player. I'll take a
Only a
fold.
3-hour, only a 3-hour show.
Yeah, he's going to fold it.
You have a dollar there.
Sylvester takes it down.
Nothing like my table today. I was raising 30 and getting 4 callers.
Let's see if we can get a shot of Rick there. Seat 9. There he is. He was wearing a tie. I don't know what he's playing around with there in his left hand.
That looks like a recorder. Looks like,
It's an MP3 player. Okay.
looks like, what are those called? Like you do for podcasts?
Whatever that recording mechanism is. When I was at the World Series, I saw Phil Gordon running around like he was like a chicken with his head cut off trying to record podcasts
Right.
in the middle of the convention,
Right.
running to the side in the corner. And apparently I heard his podcast really sucked.
You did?
Yeah.
I heard they were great.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't heard, I mean, I haven't listened to one yet.
I
so-
haven't either, so I'm just relaying information.
But yeah, that's what I heard. I heard they were awesome.
Raise here by seat 8 with ace king
Alan, if I
offsuit.
re-raised you, would you call?
So we've had a big slick here several times.
Oh, never mind then. Really? Never mind then.
And he shows 7-8 suited. David Kelsey. And Al's got ace king.
Oh,
And he's going to take it down.
God.
No, I don't.
He said, Barry Wood says, no, Bart, I'm not a degenerate gambler. I'm there twice a week at most, not every day. It just seems like I'm there more. My commitment is to watch my buds tonight and advise them on the donkey play. Oh, there you go. The myth, the legend, Barry Woods. Well, I'm sure that we'll see Barry either... Well, we've already seen him once this week, I think. But we'll see him either tomorrow or...
Friday, I would
Friday.
imagine. The pocket jacks for seat 8. It's Allen. He raised.
First stack, I do.
So back to
Raised to
back.
35.
Ace King and now pocket jacks.
35
Huh?
worked last
Ace
time?
King was seat 4, wasn't it?
No, he had Ace King last hand.
Allen did?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed a hand.
Magic number on the table.
I bet 35 or what do you call
And he's going to take it down.
Monster lay down. Too much respect.
7 dudes.
No.
Again, I hope some of these guys are going to mix it up a little bit. I was a little bit concerned about this lineup tonight. Hopefully they'll show me.
Yeah, well, we have Brian there, so
Yeah.
he'll
He's
get in
always-
there with King Deuce or
Yeah.
whatever else.
It's always good for
Turn both times.
mixing it up sometimes.
That's such a good game. I'm going back.
What, the 2040?
Yeah.
Ice, ice, baby.
That is a nice game.
The button moves over to David Kelsey in seat 6. And seat 2 is going to raise here again. The question is, how many times is he going to not show us his cards? Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
Ace,
Ace 10.
10 offsuit.
Old man in the wheelchair, don't fuck with him.
As opposed to like, you want to take it out.
He ain't going nowhere.
Gus has a suited ace 3. Diamonds. And he's going to make the call.
All of them got that
They got better. My hand got better.
Now, Nadiv's got one of those trouble hands in No Limit, King Queen. He makes the call. And Allen's in there with 7-10.
Full player.
4-way action, $80 pot. Here we go.
What a run.
7-10's got an open-ended straight draw. Gus has got the nut
Right.
flush draw, though. And Martin has top pair. And actually, Allen,
Betting
excuse me,
35.
has top pair, not the open-ended straight draw. I thought that was a 9 there on the
Your
flop.
bet's
Martin bets. He was the pre-flop raiser. Gus is going to call with the nut flush draw.
You'll flat call him.
He says I'm going to flat call and bet it. So
And let's see what Allen does.
try it. I might try it.
He's going to call. It was a $35 bet. Get called in 2 spots.
Gus scares me. Great player.
Pot's about $180. The turn is a jack.
Why, Alan?
Ace 10 is still good.
Allen's picked up a
Betting
gut shot.
65.
Straight draw.
Well, Martin only bet 65 here, about 1/3 the size of the pot. Kind of a small bet. Let's see what Gus does here with the flush draw. It's about a $250 pot. He's going to call again. I really would love to see Gus raise in that spot. Because you know that Allen's going to get out of there with a weak holding. And you might even knock Martin out, raising with your draws. But he just calls. Now Allen's going to be thinking, well, I did just pick up a draw, right? But there are 2 diamonds on board. If he catches his 9 and it's a diamond, it's no good.
Me next. Come on. Yes, sir. I'll get another deal.
I don't know. If I was in Gus' spot, I think I would make just a call right there.
And Allen
Because the jack didn't slow Martin down at all, so you would think that has an overpair.
And the river's a deuce.
And you kind of want to invite the other person in behind you.
And look at this. Martin's going to check.
Give you a better price on the flush draw.
And he's induced the bluff. And Gus bets 125 here. And I think Martin's going to call.
Yeah, I think so.
125 into about what do we say, about a $250 pot. I mean, I can't imagine that Martin would not call right now. I mean, what does he put
Well,
Gus?
I mean, except for the fact that Gus is a tight player,
He's
where he
gonna
makes
call.
the call.
He calls. I understand what you're saying about pricing people in, but you've got to take into consideration the person behind you. I mean, Allen's got to have a monster to make that overcall. And I know it didn't look like it slowed the guy down when the jack came on board, but I mean, it didn't slow him down because he had ace 10, and it's not like a jack is really going to necessarily help anybody's hand in that spot. I just think that Gus might have been able to take it away on the turn.
Right. Well, I mean, I would think maybe not that it helped the hand, but if it didn't hurt the hand because he didn't slow down, except for the fact that his bet wasn't that big. But it didn't slow him down any, so maybe he had already flopped 2 pair, has an overpair, 3 of a kind.
Hey, Brian, how you doing? I'm doing good.
I don't mind, the call there from Gus. I don't fault him for it. I think that if he was going to make a bluff on the river, though, he should have bet a lot more.
Bet half the pot.
Yes.
will get you everywhere. Well, you got it back.
I know. How can you claim me a dealer in the first
No, I didn't.
Isn't that the hot calling the kettle black? Raise to 20. Get your cards on the window, sir. I mean, bro.
C2's going to raise here at 20. And, C2's been doing a lot of raising in here, Martin, pre-flop. Got pocket 8s this time. Gus is going to call with looks like a suited connector. And Brian's going to move all in. He's got ace-king.
$5 works every time, dude.
It's about $300.
Unbelievable.
I can't imagine. Well, let's see. I mean, some people gamble it up in this spot with pocket 8s. I don't like to because you're really only hoping for a race, right? If you've got pocket 8s here. I mean, and Gus folds.
I want this consent.
I mean, Martin brought it in, and he's going to. He turns it up,
On the flop, Brian. Let him see what would happen. I want it.
and he's going to fold it.
We don't care.
And we see the flop looked like 10 jack, 4 of diamonds, all 3 diamonds.
Yeah,
You got 8 speed?
10 jack 4, the rabbit
Let me see
cam.
the flop if you want me to show your cards. Hello, show your cards. Turn them over.
Is that okay with you? All right.
Again, I mean, like you said, like it's just a range of hands you got to put the guy on. I mean, I don't understand. Like, even if I had pocket 8s there and Brian just showed ace king, you're telling me that's a bad laydown for 300 pre-flop?
What's that, Bart? I'm sorry. No, I'm doing it to you. I'm tuning you out. I'm sorry. What?
It seems like Martin's upset that he laid down pocket 8s there pre-flop to a bet and a $300 re-raise all in because Brian had ace king. But what do you want there? You can only hope that the guy has ace king half the time, right?
Or that someone has underpair, like 7s.
Yeah.
But that,
I mean,
they're not
that's such a slight part of the equation, though. I
Right.
think that. I mean, you can hope the guy might have, 50% of the time you're a little bit of a favorite. The other 40% of the time you're a huge dog, and the other 10% of the time you're a huge favorite. It just doesn't work out to really be a call.
Would you like the plumber?
I might call the phone.
All right.
Call him. I ain't got no damn cards now. Too late. He can say whatever he wants. My money right there.
We have a raise here.
I just
Gus has
moved them up
got
even
pocket
if they win.
7s.
I just moved them up even
And once
if they
again,
win.
I don't know if someone might be able to start up a poll on 2+2. When is Rick Nebbiolo going to play a hand
There you go.
outside the blinds?
I don't
No,
even think he's played the blinds. He's folded
Yeah.
when it was he was small blind and they made it 10 and he folded.
Now look at this. Gus checked the flop.
That's 20 is
Nadiv
the
bet
raise.
with ace-8, and Gus is going to check raise.
Make it 65.
He really is representing an overpair here.
45 to call.
He makes it 65 to go. He check raised the flop.
Come on.
And wow, Nadiv's going to come
Wow.
over the top all in
45 and put some chips up there.
with ace-8. That's kind of ballsy.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
that was pretty cool.
sometimes that's like he might be committing a little bit too. I don't know.
Good enough.
He's committing a lot of chips there, Shirley.
Just for the camera.
Looks like Gus might have maybe 250 left in front of him. Close to 300. Nadiv has moved all in. I don't know if he can make that, make an information re-raise there without trying to figure that out. But I mean, if he moves all in and Gus has an overpair, he might call. I don't know if Gus is going to call now.
I doubt it.
But you know what I mean? We talk about, making raises and bets that, try to risk the least amount to get your information.
Right.
This is a big bet here with ace-8. All in.
But just to answer your question, I did have the king of diamonds in my hand.
I mean, because there are a lot of people that are going to fold over pairs here. If Gus had an overpair, he's already committed about $100 to the hand.
I'm glad you didn't call.
It's about $300 here to call. The pot, I want to say, is about $470, $300 to call. And I guess you really could only beat a pure bluff here.
Well,
I mean, you can't beat an 8. I guess maybe the guy could have 4-5. Could be semi-bluffing there.
right. 7-9, but
Yeah. 7-9, 4-5, something like.
I'm pretty sure I'm ahead. Show me cards, I'll tell you if you're ahead.
He says, "Show me your cards. I'll tell him you're ahead." And Gus turns over pocket sevens.
Pocket sevens.
You're not ahead.
He tells the truth.
he's telling the truth.
What are you supposed to say? I don't know. I'm just telling you, not ahead.
He sure is taking his good old time with this decision. Oh, look at that! Look at that camera work by Isaac.
Glaring at me there.
Well, that's a guy who feels very comfortable with his hand. I mean, that's a guy that wants a call, right?
Oh.
That's what he looks like in the picture there. He knows he's ahead. He can see the other guy's hand.
Right.
Look at him. He's not trying to look, so he's kind of doing that reverse
Sorry?
reverse tell. Usually when, try to make it look uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable, but obviously he's really comfortable right now.
No, actually, I mean, if you look away and look disinterested and stuff like that, that's usually a sign of strength.
No, he
I
folds.
made that mistake one time. So you were talking about, if you can get the information for less money, which is one of the things I was talking to Steve about yesterday. And he brought up a valid point, because I was talking about my double shootout, which I had won the first table and I had lost the second table. And I was talking about on one hand where pot was, $390 or something like that, and I bet $300. He says, well, why'd you bet $300? And I said, well, because if I can get the same, if the guy's going to, if I can get the same information with a $300 bet than I would on a $390 bet, then I'm going to do it. And he says, that's where you're thinking is way wrong. He says, you want to keep your bets consistent. You always want to bet the pot size. Me.
25.
He says, because you bet the pot size when you have a hand, you bet the pot size when you don't have a hand, and that's what's going to throw the players off. Like, as soon as I start varying that, that's when they're going to start picking up on it. So that kind of makes sense, don't you think? Which kind of comes back to the same thing that Barry Greenstein had said.
Gus has got ace-king here. And David brought the hand in with Jack-10. I think Gus is trying to figure out if he's going to re-raise out of the blind here or just call.
Raise it.
And he's going to re-raise. He's heads up.
Raise.
Let's see what
45 more.
David Kelsey does here. He's going to make the call with Jack-10. Got about a $180 pot here going to the
And he has a
flop.
lot of chips behind him, so.
Bring the noise.
Here we go.
Queens against kings and no love.
10-8-4. Now, Gus is out. David's out flopped him. And look at this. Gus is going to move all in here. He moves all in, and David,
Oh, David
calls.
called
He makes
instantly.
the call, and this pot is going to be over $600.
Now, David has the best hand, but I mean,
Yeah. He can't
yeah.
beat an overpair. But again, Barry Wood said that the guy was really good at reading
Right.
players, so.
I mean, he still has good shape. Ace or a king.
They got to be up to the camera.
I know.
I know you called.
They do not have
Well, the
to be.
turn is a 9,
He bumped his head without.
and Gus needs an ace or a king here, and the river's a 4.
Fair force.
And
Wow, nice call by David.
David's going to take it down there with Jack 10.
I'm gonna see how they call. Oh!
Anyways, I was kind of turning you off a little bit there because I had something else going into my head when you were talking about Steve. Kind of did the same thing, but the problem is I understand keeping the bets consistent, and I agree with that. But once you make the all-in move, all the play has now been taken out of it. So there is no. When you risk a lot, when you need to find information, if you can risk that much less to do the same thing, I don't see how that's not the best play. That's what they used to say about Stu Unger, because he always could bet the amount that he wanted to either gain his information
perfect
or to value
amount.
bet. So, but I understand what you mean about like keeping your bets consistent. But I mean, your bet
Well,
sizes
I mean,
can
when you
range for
move all
different
in,
purposes.
you're like overbetting the pot, and I usually only move in if I bet the pot and I'm going to be committed to make the call. I'll just move my chips in. Like say I make a $600 bet and I only have 400 behind, I'll move in. But other than that, I normally try to bet the pot size, and so he had pointed that out, that by making a smaller bet, I'm deviating from that.
Well, yeah, but I think it's more of an issue of this pot's limped around. It doesn't look like anything has much. Yeah. It looks like Ryan's got top hair. I think it was actually more of a criticism we had of Russ Fox, who likes to play on this show sometimes, because the last couple times that he'd been on the show, he basically, it's not an issue of betting small, but it's an issue of betting too big, not necessarily all in, but with, like, say, with an overpair, you bet the pot on the flop and you get called. Well, now what he was doing was moving all in on the turn for another $600 or $700.
Yeah.
Well, you can bet a smaller amount to gain information and then reevaluate
That's true.
what's happened. And it looked like Ryan there won with a pair of 9s. But again, I mean, but
I'm
I
just
just
bringing up another way to look at it.
I just think that it's. I think it's a little bit too broad, and I don't even know. I mean, I know Barry Greenstein said something similar to this, but I don't think he said that you need to keep your bets the same all the time. There are different reasons to vary your bets and no limit.
What am I going to do with $100?
Here we go. Russ McGinley's got the poll up on 2+2.
Right.
Straight draw.
He has one box that he could check. Never. He doesn't even have two hands for the 3-hour segment.
Go ahead. Oh, you're in. I'm sorry.
Pot was limped around here.
I apologize.
Ace King over there for Ryan in late position. He did not raise.
Go ahead.
And he was the first one to bring the hand. He open limped with Ace King suited there in the hijack seat, as they call it. Cut off -1. And now Sylvester's going to bet. He's made trip
I've never heard that
fives.
saying before. Hijack?
Hijack. I think someone made it up there on the thread last week. And
Oh, okay.
I'm using it as my own. But I don't know. I think I might have heard of it before. Hijack, cut off -1. Anyways, that's pretty weak open limp there in the whatever seat you want to call it, with Ace King suited.
Right.
Yeah. Button over here is in seat number 4. We get a raise here by Martin. Ace-9 offsuit.
You're in trouble now. You're going to have 4
Gus is
calls.
going to call with
That's
Queen
exactly
8
what I want.
in seat 3. Button's in there with 6-4 suited.
I should. I could call with any.
$20.
But I'm not going.
I mean, it looks like we're going to see it 4 ways for an $80 pot.
I've got position on the whole table. I can check before anybody else does.
4 players.
You're not going to fire it out.
10, 8, 5.
That's because I'm a weak player.
Now remember, Martin was the pre-flop raiser. Let's see if he makes a continuation of that.
Getting ready to fold?
He's going to check it, and Gus is going to bet with the 8.
45.
He bets 45, about half the size of the pot. I've seen Brian make that call with King Queen on this type of flop before, but this time he
Yes.
doesn't do it.
Nope, he
Now I don't know
this
what
time.
Martin's doing. Martin's going to make the call. He's got a backdoor flush draw and just ace 9.
backdoor straight
Wow,
draw.
and look at this. The turn is a 9, so he picks up a pair and the nut flush draw. And it goes check, check, and the river's a 7. And ace 9 is just going to be good here. Wow. Surprised that he called there on the flop. But his hand just kept getting better and better. Interesting. But looks like Scrapper Dog on 2+2 made a post here that I'm going to read. He said, people bitching at players has killed the show. Well, that's not true, but he actually makes a good point that I want to address. Jesus has not been back since the ball guy let him have it. Ed's not been back since all the complaining about him. Good work on making the loose players feel uncomfortable people. Now, I know, Scrapper Dog, where you're going with that post, but I'm telling you that Ed is not gone. Jesus is not gone.
Well, Ed's here playing tonight, and
Right.
he normally plays on. He normally
And
plays
he actually
on
played.
Wednesdays.
He played the next night on our show after that. Anyways, but the point is that it brings up a good point that there are a lot of people. Don't let the fish have it at the table. Don't
Yes,
criticize the
please.
fish. Don't complain about stuff. It was funny because on we're gonna see 3-way action here. Queen 4-10. It's like Sylvester's got the best hand.
What you got going there, buddy? Southern Comfort.
Did he
Checked around.
check it
It's-
in position with the queen?
Oh wait, no,
Let's see.
he was burning prematurely there. Brian was.
So tasty. Tastes like those little caramel candies you used to have with your little
Looks like
kid.
he's gonna bet. Well, the deed is open-ended here. There's a couple diamonds on board.
30.
He bets 30. Now, this could be just a steal bet. Well, Nadiv's just going to call. I was wondering if he might check raise with a draw. But it looks like he just smooth called.
2 players.
We're heads up. Turns a 7. Nadiv checks. Sylvester still has the best hand here with top pair. And he's going to cut out some chips.
He had 6 outs. Very easy.
Going to bet again.
70.
$70. Now the problem here is that, and again, inherently in a restricted buying game, if Nadiv were to go all in here, Sylvester only has about 120 left. He's going to
He's
call
gonna
with
have
top
12.
pair. He calls second pair probably, It's just, and Nadiv's going to call again.
I'm not thrilled with that. He has an open end, but
Yeah, how much is he going
if
to
the
get paid
diamonds,
off?
if the diamond comes, it's,
And the river is an 8, and now Sylvester makes 2 pair. Nadiv checks.
Sylvester, he should check behind him.
You know what? I would bet this. I
I
gotta be
know
honest
you
with
would
you.
be, but I wouldn't.
With
Nadiv's called twice. I put him on a
$120.
draw, and you can think he has King Jack, but I put him on.
Yeah, but-
I put him on diamonds. So.
We'll agree to disagree. I love this bet here. I've got $120. I'm
But then again, okay.
And he's
I have
gonna
to
fold.
backtrack a little bit because he didn't have that many chips, and
That's what I'm
if
saying.
Nadiv had hit the straight, had hit the flush. If he did have the flush, he wasn't going to check it. He would have bet.
That's my point. He only had. I have $120 left. Yeah, third diamond comes out. I make 2 pair. Absolutely, I'm going to bet the river because of the fact I don't have much money in front of me. And I think that was the issue. But anyways, so getting back to that post by Scrapper Dog. It was just funny. I mean, Ken Berg and Bruce Parker, some of the guys that play on the Realm Line on Wednesday nights, they were giving Yosh difficulties last week because Ed left the game prematurely. And I've just been thinking about that over the last week, how it's just if they, if the two of them step back and think about that,
Right.
that they really shouldn't be saying anything
Right.
about Ed.
Right.
Let Ed do whatever he wants to do, It's just 4-way action here, limped around. King 3-5, couple of diamonds.
Check around.
Gets checked around, it turns at 10. Nadiv's got a pair of 10s now.
He has
And
2
he's-
pair.
Oh
Tens
yeah, he
and
had
5.
5 there too. And he's going to bet. $30
No one
bet
can
here.
make this call. Allen's folded, and I mean they all have gut shots, but okay. Brian
Gus
can
calls?
make that call.
Excuse me, Gus folds and Brian makes the call. Gus would have gotten there.
Yes, he would have.
Yep.
He had ace deuce.
Deep bets.
Thank you, Clark.
And Brian
So
folds.
today I was in a game where the board was king high, and the guy, makes it a little less than pot size, and the guy moves in over the top, and he puts in a nice hefty raise, moves in over the top all in, and it was an additional.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Let's see, the pot was probably about $70, and it was an additional like $130, $140. Well, the player called with king 10, top pair 10 kicker. And the guy just berated him. The guy that made the move. He only had pocket eights. How can you call me king with, king weak kicker, this and that? And I said, no lessons at the table, please. And he says, I'm not giving him lessons. I'm just saying king 10, weak kicker. And I'm thinking, he doesn't know that 10's a weak kicker. You're teaching him that 10's a weak kicker. This guy thinks it's a good kicker.
Already.
We got a raise here by C2 with pocket queens
Three players.
to 25, and he gets called by pocket fives in seat 5 and 5-8 suited. Well, look at
Wow.
this flop here for Ryan. He's got a pair and an open-ended
Here,
straight
and a
draw.
straight draw and a backdoor flush draw.
Now
So
Martin
how's he
bets,
gonna-
75.
and Brian immediately folds pocket fives in seat 5.
So
Surprising.
Brian moved all in,
And Brian moved all in, and Martin
Ryan,
called.
Right, Martin instantly.
Yeah. Ryan check raised him all in, and Martin called with the overpair.
Shove 'em on in there.
Well, it's a nice move. Unfortunately for him, Martin had
Four
queens.
stacks, and that's good enough.
Yeah, and I think it's about 300. So the pot's gonna be about $700 here. Turns a queen, that gives Martin a set,
Which doesn't make any difference. 'cause
Really
Ryan
doesn't.
still has a straight draw.
and the river's
He
a
does not
3.
get there.
Yeah. Well, where it would have made a difference was if an 8 came out on the river. Ryan wouldn't have been able to win there. If
Right.
another 8
Okay,
had come
yeah,
out.
that's true.
Yeah.
Big blind, Marty.
Bring on Farah. I want to see some Chang action. I want everybody. I'm tired.
This was the guy that was
need some
having fun with Kenna
competition.
James last week at the end of the show.
Come
And
play at
what?
my
He
table.
was having fun with Kenna James at the end of the show. Flopped that straight against Kenna's 2 pair, I think, or flush or something.
See, I think the wig's throwing me off. I can't recognize.
He was the same guy that was in seat 2 last week.
Bring him on.
That kept talking to the camera. Not the sucker guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sit down.
He's the guy that Kenna wanted to humble.
Fucking hair is going to his goddamn head.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got all your chips. So when we talk.
Thank you, Clark.
Yeah, nice call, pocket 8.
That's right. Down.
Marty, you're the big one.
Nebbiolo, he's going to get a free ride in the small blind. We're 1 hour into the show.
Deuce 3.
Oh, Hassan Habib's over there looking for you.
Bottom pair.
And he's thinking, I have a pair.
Yeah.
Nope, he's going to.
Well, Sylvester's got 4 or 5. He checks. And it gets checked around. Turns a 4. Jack.
Hey, you know what? Hey, but hello.
Let's see if Rick actually bets
I
here.
think it's a good spot to bet.
20.
He's going to bet 20. He's played it pretty tight the entire time. I mean, even if Sylvester, even if Rick has a 4, I mean, you don't have a great kicker. I don't know if I'd make this call with 4-5 against Rick betting. I just find some better spots.
Yeah.
But he does. He makes the call.
Turn the flush with your queen.
And if everybody folds, Rick has got to... I would criticize Rick if he checks the river down. Because I have to think that this guy has a 4 or maybe something like pocket 5s or pocket 6s, and I needed to bet him off the hand. Because if I check this down, the guy's just going to check right behind me. There's no way I think he's got a jack. He wouldn't have played it this passively. Maybe pocket 3s, a 4, pocket 5, something like that. But let's see how this thing plays
Get
out.
along, let's get along.
The river's a queen. Well, it's another overcard. Pot's about $50 or $60.
Technically, everything's
Yeah.
over to his deuce.
Yeah, Rick's just going to check it. Check, check. I said I would criticize Rick, but light criticism. But I do think that he needed to bet to win that hand at the end. I mean, what is the guy calling?
Well, yeah, if we can see
There's
that
no
he
draw.
needed to bet to win.
Yeah, no, but he can figure that out also when the guy calls on the turn. There really isn't a draw. I mean, unless the guy has 3-5, something like that, you know. But that's just my 2 cents. button is in seat 9.
That's Rick.
Option. Where is it? 15 more to call.
And we get a $15 raise here.
3 players. Put your cards on the window.
And here we go. 3-way action. 10, deuce, 3. On the flop. Got checked around. The turn's an ace. Now Martin has top pair. And he's going to bet.
20.
He bets 20. But look at this. Brian in seat 5's got 2 pair. Gus calls with the flush draw. Let's see what Ice does here. He's just going to call, surely, with
You're
ace
calling
deuce.
him ice.
And the river is a queen. Martin bets again, figuring he has the best hand.
65.
Bets 65. And look at this. I guess Brian was slow playing it. He's going to move all in here on the river.
Okay, you win.
And Martin folds, I believe. Well, let's see here.
No, not yet.
I thought he said, okay, you win.
I think Brian said that, didn't he?
He's going to move all in here for 170 more. Now, the problem here, too, for ace-7, Shirley, is that the kicker is going to play. So anybody with an ace-8 or an ace-9, and look at this, he makes the call, and Brian's going to take down about a $500 pot here with ace-deuce.
Deuce.
Ship it.
He says ship
All you
it.
gotta do, buddy.
That's what I love to say that online when I win a big hand.
Do you really?
Because it's just so annoying to some people.
It is annoying.
Ship it, and then I use the exclamation point.
Uh-huh.
They just kind of drag across the screen. I like hold the button down for a while.
On every other hand, I know.
How obnoxious. And you're online.
Or I might say ship it over.
You know, while I was playing before this show started, I was watching some of the ESPN coverage of the World Series of Poker, and there was this hand where Paul Darden and Johnny Wanda. Did you see the hand?
Yeah, I saw that hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
Paul
that was
Darden
from
has
last week.
Ace King. It's Ace
Yeah.
Ace. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm really behind on this ESPN. And John has queens, and he sucks out, and both of them were the biggest sportsmen at the table.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of them showed a reaction. The one didn't scream, and the one didn't, pitch a fit because he lost.
Verbal binding.
We got a bet here by Gus. He's going to take it down with the king high,
Yeah, not
or with
mine.
pair of kings. Excuse me.
Line squeeze.
Well, yeah. I mean, what a brutal beat for Darden at the end
Yes.
there on the river. I mean,
Well,
that
I was
bad.
rooting for John Wanda. Remember, I had, what did I have? 1% of him
Yeah.
at the main event. So
Got a chip count here coming up.
alrighty.
David has got the table covered there with 1175. I think Brian has a little more now. He's kind of doubled through. He's probably more up to 700 now.
Right, and Martin's lost a little in
Yeah.
C2.
Yeah.
5 players.
We got 5-way action here. Ace, king, 10, couple spades.
You play both check.
Looks like ace jack over there for seat 4. Gus has got ace 3. I don't know if
30.
Well, he's in late position, so that's why he's betting. Bets 30. So let's see what the ace jack does.
Why is he even in the hand?
Who, Gus? Yeah.
Which end?
He's going to raise.
Not as much as he got.
All right.
Raise it up.
100 total.
Makes it 100 total.
Yep.
And I just don't see, that board with the ace 3, Shirley, it's kind of tough. It's tough to stand any heat, right?
What is that?
Right.
Wonton soup?
Again, because even if you escape everything and the other guy has an ace, you're only really hoping for a chop. There's no way your 3 is going to play.
You shouldn't eat
I mean, it's actually impossible for your 3 to play. I mean, you could catch 2 pair, with a 3 coming on the turn, but
cows are vegetarian. Exactly. You
Yes,
freak
sir.
out about
70 more to call.
putting
so
it
it's
on.
70 more to call here for Gus.
I mean, seriously. You're eating an animal that eats.
Gus must be one of Barry's friends.
I know.
Why is that?
Playing ace 3.
Oh,
That's the Hispanic
ace rag.
version of one.
Ooh.
I'm only kidding, only because I knew Gus was Barry's friend.
I love Montana.
Gus shows the ace.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
You eat it with the same thing.
I won't
He's
eat
still
it.
thinking.
I doubt it.
No, I really won't.
You want to eat bacon? No ham? No sausage? What else? Pig feet?
I've had pig feet. No, the juice in the jar, but that's about it.
I don't really know why he's pondering
I'm-
this for
yeah.
so long.
I'm thinking that it's just all Hollywood because Gus is
My mama made
perfectly
real
capable
mean
of laying
chocolate
this down.
chip cookies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, he's gonna call.
One with an exposed.
wow.
And the turn's a king. And that, the jack still plays here.
Yeah, well, Gus picked up a flush draw now.
At a $150 bet. And if you put the guy on a flush draw, he got there now. He's going to bet 150. I mean, Gus showed the ace. He made the call, and now Sylvester's going to bet again. And his jack plays. I just don't know what's going through Gus's head right now. And I mean, unless you put the guy on a pure bluff, right? And he's going to lay it down.
So I noticed you typed ship it in with all caps.
Don't ruin it. Actually, I guess they're going to.
It's not ruining anything.
I guess the
this
delay.
This is a delay.
Yeah.
So, is that how you type it in the chat box too?
Sometimes.
In all caps? Oh, man.
Ship it over, Siren. Nut. Ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5. Wheel and a 6-high straight. Get a raise here. King Jack suited, it looks like. From seat number 7.
30 more.
Makes it 30 to go. Al calls. C2 is going to call. Martin 5-8 suited.
3 players.
We've got 3-way action. Here we go. Ace, king, ace.
What does that look good?
Nadiv's got a king.
Jackpot hand, gentlemen.
All right, Jack.
I'll do it. I'll check it.
I just.
They're all talking about
how is this
jackpot
a
hand.
jackpot flop? That's
There's
one
a
of the-
king kicker.
That's one of the worst flops you could ever have for a jackpot flop. Like you said, because of the king that's out there. People just don't get it, and it gets checked again. And Nadiv just keeps letting free cards come off, and now he's going to bet. He bets 50.
I marked that.
I don't think that anybody can call here.
I think it's just Alan left in
The funniest thing, Shirley, is when someone says, like, when the flop comes out 7-7-7, ooh, jackpot flop. Sitting there, I'm like, what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has a pocket
talking
pair, they
about?
have to hit runner quads.
Come on. Jackpot.
I gotta have ace king.
But some people, I got to tell you, especially down where you work,
Jackpot. Nobody will forgive you. Nobody will forgive you. Because who cares
really
about
play the game for the jackpot, don't they? Like 6-12
Yes.
and the Hold'em games. It's just strictly for. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Nebbiolo's got pocket kings.
And he'll play a
End
hand.
of the night.
That's what it takes.
Yeah, he's going to raise it
Kings or
under the
aces to
gun.
play.
The new tidy whitey.
And then these clowns
How
call
can
'em.
anybody call?
That's what I'm saying.
Pocket pocket
There you go.
sixes.
Well, sixes makes sense.
Well, how much money does he have there? Yeah,
Rick,
okay.
Rick has about
Okay.
500. I would call with sixes.
And
Suited
Al
ace.
calls with ace-3 suited. I don't know about that. Anyways, Al's going to check in the dark. $60 pot, and there's the ace. Let's see how Rick plays it. And let's see what Al does. How
Yeah,
he's
that's
going
what
to play
I'm
it.
wondering what he's going to do.
Rick bets 50, but a pot-sized bet.
Good when it started.
And Al just calls, quickly calls.
Can Rick pull the trigger?
Can he push
One
Al
more
off of an
time.
ace? Turn to
No.
3. Well, Al's got 2 pair now.
You need a queen.
Rick's going to bet 100 here.
You know, if
And Al just calls
If
again?
Alan had-
Oh, he's going to raise. He's going to raise.
if Alan hadn't caught that 3, I
Yeah.
think that bet might have worked.
I think Al has moved all in here for what looks like another 90. So, unless Rick thinks that Al is just on a flush draw, I just don't think you can call with the kings because you're drawing to 2 outs, right? If you think, if chances are if he has an ace. I mean, we know Al. We've seen him on the show tons of times. I have never seen him make a move with a draw like this. I mean, it wouldn't be bad to do it, but to get a guy, something like off of kings. But Rick is in real big trouble.
That's right.
I want to say the
$1 million
pot
deal.
is about
No, Bellagio.
3. Rick's going to fold.
It
About a
is,
$400 pot, 90 to call, but it's not really a pot odds issue. I don't think.
Everybody for a hand.
Rick gets away from it.
The river's a 3.
3 of clubs out would have
Yeah.
filled up.
Oh, we won both of them?
Yeah, he won I know he won like the pure championship deal.
Lines, please.
That's on it. What do I have to be to add money? So 250 I can add 5?
Rick, you can add money whenever you want. Whenever you want.
Can't add 5 though.
Bring it up to 5.
You can bring it up to 5 at any time.
Add up to 5. Okay.
Yeah. Get up to 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to play.
500.
So Rick's going to bring his stack back up.
Is it on now or not?
Yeah.
Can you bring it up to 5?
Adding
Yeah.
200.
Even though
At any time.
you're at 3? Okay.
Yeah, at any time.
Huh.
He was trying to figure out if you could bring it up to like 750, like if you could add 5. You can't
Right,
do
we
that.
can't do that.
But,
When the rules first came out, I think it was like you had to have less than 200 or something. Anyway, it was really strange.
This game has got the kind of
Try to figure
laxest
it out.
rules of the whole. I mean, we had a game last night where people were bringing more than 500 to the table and they didn't care.
You see the
You know?
champ? I give
Yeah.
everybody in the world that pick. Everybody.
Pocket
Game-
10s for Brian.
Yeah.
That rule and no touchdown the last quarter. Give me a break.
No, I agree. But no, I mean, I give everybody the
C2 raised with King Jack offsuit. C3 called, and Brian just called with pocket 10s. Rick's got King Deuce suited. He's in the blind. There's a couple people already in here. You know he wants to call. No.
Nope, can't do it.
3 players.
3-way action here. Lots of paint. And of course, no paint comes on the flop. So Brian's got the overpair. Martin's going to bet. He bets a quarter. That's a pretty weak bet.
Gus seems a little off his game today.
Gus folds. And let's see what Brian does here. Now, for example, Shirley, here, as opposed to moving all in, you might want to raise to figure out if your pocket 10s are good.
Right.
That's right. Or make some huge raise in terms
But a
of
decent,
information.
a decent raise because
Yeah.
you want the club draw off.
Oh, there's a club here on the turn. I think Brian just called with pocket 10s.
Yes, he did.
So maybe he's waiting to try to make a move here. It's a $50 bet, or maybe he's just going to call him down. I don't know if he doesn't feel. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable with his hand. He just calls.
2 players.
Let's see the river. River's a club.
Oh, now you're
wow.
really hating it. But I don't think Martin can fire.
He's going to bet.
There you go.
You can only beat a pure bluff, which is what Martin has. It's only a $45 bet, though,
Yeah.
Shirley. And the reason, and Brian calls because it was
The
such
reason
a
why
weak
it didn't
bet.
work was because it was only $45.
I mean, $45 into about a $180 pot.
didn't take you last one was going to go.
I mean, that's just another case there where it's just, you've got to make the bet look real at the end. I mean, if you were value betting the ace of clubs, I don't even think you'd bet that little. 45 and the pot's $180.
Right.
I
It's
swear to God, if he just shoved it all in the middle, I'd have called it.
Brian said he had a tell on
I
it.
guarantee it.
If he had
I would
moved
call
all
him
in, he
no
was going
matter
to call.
what, As long as an ace or king didn't come.
So I guess Brian was playing that like he had ace king and he was just going to keep calling him and let him keep bluffing into him the whole time.
Movie recommendation.
Small one.
We have Netflix.
You got
I
spanked?
have like a queue
No,
of like
dude, it was like
120
40
movies right
bucks.
now.
I would call it $40 a spanking.
Well, Rick tells me he likes to get drunk, go with his girlfriend to Vegas, and play craps. It's one of his favorite pastimes.
Really? I can't imagine him playing craps.
He loves to drink martinis and play craps.
Well, yeah, I've seen him have a few drinks,
Yeah.
but I can't can't imagine him at a craps table.
Jack 9-6 here, a couple diamonds. Craps is a very fun game, social game.
Yes, it is.
Turn is an ace. I can never win in the damn game, though. I mean, you would think.
The first time I played it, I was just raking it in. I had, all these money on all these numbers, and, all the numbers kept coming. I go, they just give you money. And then the guy that was teaching me laughed and said, well, yeah, you think that now.
Gus is going to bet here with a nut flush draw. He's going to take it down there. The funniest thing about craps to me is all you craps players out there who are familiar with craps. If I'm betting on the come and on the pass line every single time, and I bet on the pass line and I bet on the come pretty much every roll, so it can get big for me because I'll take odds on the pass and on the come.
Right.
Well, if I had a bad roll at craps, that means that if I was betting don't pass or don't come, I'd be like a millionaire. I'd be winning. But I've just had it so often that I've had all the numbers up on my points, and then somebody rolls a 7.
Right.
And everything is gone. But I could be doing don't pass, don't come, and I would have been winning the whole time.
No, but I guess it's taxable.
$25 bet here.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
6 of diamonds and closed, boys and girls.
4, 5, 7.
And we've got 5-way action. Excuse me, 3-way action.
7.
Jack, 8, 7.
I checked because I read 4, 5, 7.
Check around.
Checked around. Well, his table's pretty passive.
Nadiv hit his gut shot.
Yeah, and he's got the good end of the straight. He's got the queen with the 10, or the 10 with the queen.
Right.
And he
The
bets.
other player has the 10. I don't think he'll get a call here.
Yeah.
Good luck and
Yeah, sure thing.
there's no seat open.
Yeah.
You can
See,
sit
one's
down.
He shows it.
Oh, even better. I got a 6 card.
Shows it.
Coming or what? Coming in?
Yeah.
We have another day?
Huh?
Do you another day?
Thank you.
Brian, thank you very much.
Yeah, Princess.
We'll see you in about
Sure.
2 hours.
Hey, go break my leg. Go break my leg.
The button moves over to seat 3.
You moving over there? You moving?
I do.
And, well, boy, we've got a lot of chips at the table. It's just none of them seem to be really moving around that much.
100 more behind.
100 more behind, I believe, for seat 4. Pocket kings here for Gus in seat 3.
That makes any sense.
I have 8. All the chips go there. I have 8. You gotta play the 8 one.
You raise, I'm calling Gus, so he's telling you.
And Gus is going to raise.
40.
Makes it 40 to go. Now, Dave's got Jack 10 of diamonds. David has a little suited connector.
I'll let you guys go.
Well, now the issue is that the problem is with Gus is he doesn't have the money if I'm going to make a call. And I think that's why David folded with the 3-4. Gus doesn't have that much.
I want to. You want some action?
And Dave's asking him, you want some action? And he's going to make the call. But again, Gus only has about 225 in front of him, so I don't know if I'd make that call.
Two-player.
But he was a late position raiser. Oh, ace 4-7. Flush draw for Nadiv.
Wow.
And Gus didn't bet. Wow. Turns a 5 check. And Gus just lets Nadiv get there with the flush. And now Nadiv's going to bet the flush. Gus never bet throughout the hand.
Oh, well, you wanted the action.
Nadiv's going to bet 75 here.
Yeah, Gus.
Nice try, nice try.
75.
You're folding, dude.
Nice try, nice try.
Really?
And let's see what Gus is going to do
Call
here.
and go all in?
I don't understand how you don't... you check the flop in position.
My car's back on that. I was getting ready to muck him. Yeah.
Gus has a SAG card in him. He really does. It's real. It's legit.
So again, I don't know if we can get a shot there of
He's been in Latin soap operas and American
Nadiv.
I know he's got his own webcast.
There we go.
About to get me some.
$75 bet. And once again, Gus is just taking his sweet time with this decision. Sweet
We're
time.
doing soggy bombers, I'm telling you right now.
He never bet the flop, didn't bet the turn, And now Nadib has come out and fired on the river, which could easily be a bluff, but he has a flush.
Job at your own office, Kyle. Don't worry about it. You can be yourself.
There we go.
Probably got it.
It always takes 20
Let me see the card. You want to do this again? Let me see the card.
It always takes 20 minutes.
I got you.
Nadib says he got you
Why you
again.
just show them? Then you don't have to worry.
Show him one card.
Why don't you guys roll
Yeah,
it?
show him the other one.
Just show him one of them.
You got possibly
If I
show
call
it,
you,
you
I roll
automatically
3
win.
times.
Yeah, you want to do that?
I'm sorry?
If I call it, you want to roll it 3 times?
3 times.
Oh, there's nothing to roll anymore.
They wanted to run it 3 times. That's actually not allowed in this game, I don't think. It's only allowed in our unrestricted games,
No, there's no more.
from what I know.
Only talk before the
Get that fork.
But I don't. What's Gus doing tonight,
We
Shirley?
can turn them back over.
I know that you had stepped out for a second.
What's what?
I said, what's Gus doing? He
I'm
raised-
telling you, I told you his game seems off tonight.
And then he's just taking forever on these decisions.
I totally misplayed that.
He says he's totally misplayed the hand.
It's my fault to punish myself.
And I think he's going to make the call. Well, we still. It's a $75 bet. And he folds. Well, it's all right. Lay down at the end.
My fault.
You don't have to.
You don't feel like a human
My
wrangler.
fault. I misplayed that.
Show him one.
Show him one card. One card. Show him a diamond. You know, just a teaser.
That's wrong.
Show one
You
diamond.
actually said something funny for once in your life. That was funny.
Did he show it?
You're like a human
I don't think he showed it.
What did he call you, Mr.
Human Ranger leg.
That's funny. Dude, you got a nickname.
The button moves over there to seat number 4.
I know, but that's actually a good nickname.
And I think some of the players are calling Gus the human rain delay at the table.
That's a great nickname for you. Seriously.
Did you really?
So that's a nickname for you.
Jack high.
I would have told him, well, I don't have an ace. He would, whoop! You didn't see the flush out there. I didn't see one.
A couple of limpers
You see
here.
the flush out there?
No, I wasn't in the hand.
Why do you think I put them in? Why do you think I put them in the mud?
That's the only thing I could have that I'm checking. Check all the way to the
There's
river.
an ace out there. There's a flush out there.
What else do I have to check all the way?
Limped around. Here we go. 4-way action. $20 pot.
Bet the flop. I did.
Yeah, you bet the flop. It's yours.
I know.
Ace, jack, deuce, couple hearts.
Rick has 2 pair.
David's got a flush draw.
Yeah, oh yeah, Jack
So
high.
Rick playing ace rag suited hits top and bottom.
Depending on what you bet, though.
100.
And we get a bet, and David's going to raise with his draw. And now Rick with ace deuce. What is he going to do? Brian bet as a bluff.
Right.
David raised with his draw.
Flop if you
And
bet.
Rick's got ace deuce. And this is a little bit too good to get rid of to a bet and a raise, I think. Although, Kelsey, you got to put him on something there in seat 6. He's played it solid pretty much all night.
Where you eat that?
I mean, the pot was limped around.
Right.
Now, I think the only thing that you might be scared of is that here's ace jack or maybe a set of
Deuces.
Yeah, but you've got ace deuce in your hand though,
Right.
and Rick is just going to call.
I've got you beat. I don't
Brian's
think I got him beat.
Brian's going to fold, and David's in there. So David's going to recognize he's in there with the tightest guy on the table. Heads up here. The turn's a 4.
I did. I didn't
It's
think.
about a $250 pot, and look at that. David checks now.
He just gave permission to Rick.
And I think Rick's got
To
really
take it down right now.
Put a bet in here.
Time.
It's about a $250 pot. And Rick's going to bet 150.
150.
Well, David's picked up extra outs. He's got a wheel draw along with his flush draw. He
He
has
needs a 3 or a heart.
Mike and his
12
brother Mike and
outs.
his other brother Mike.
pot is now $400, 150 to call. If there were no implied odds, he wouldn't make the, he wouldn't have the odds to call, but he does make the call. But now he's going to check in the dark, Shirley. It doesn't make any sense.
Bad.
Doesn't make any sense. And the river's a king. And I would still value bet this if I was Rick. I would think I'd put the guy on a weak ace.
Well, did you just hear his moan? David's
Yeah,
moan?
Rick
You
is
know
gonna-
you're not going to get a call. He missed.
Put the rest of it in. Moves in.
Oh, no.
Doesn't matter. No call.
Jack and a heart
I told you I had.
The only thing that I can think of, though, I mean, maybe in David's defense or what he was thinking about that hand, was that, again, noticing the stack sizes, you've got to think that Rick, by making the call on the flop to a bet and a raise, either has some sort of monster draw or he has 2 pair or better. So if he makes it by checking blind on the river, Rick might value bet anyways the rest of his money because he only had about 120 and the pot was 450. Or you might actually get Rick to bet a missed draw that he wasn't on.
Okay.
Although it's difficult for me to put Rick on a draw to a bet and a raise.
Yeah, but I mean, you put him on a missed draw, but
Then again, you can't really.
You can't come over the top of
You can't
him,
beat
and
it's
David
true.
only had, what did he have?
Yeah.
Like 5 high?
Yeah,
6 high?
That's true.
Heart?
Well, not so much that second possibility I was thinking of was the fact that if Rick had 2 pair, he was going to move all in anyways. But then again, if the pot's that big, you bet he's going to call with
He's
2
gonna
pair.
call, yeah.
So I don't know why you would check and risk him checking behind you. But I was going to say, if you didn't factor the implied odds into that hand, he shouldn't have called if he was just going to check it down at the end. Now, pocket queens here for
Well,
Martin.
and the, check dark. That was
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Service when you get a chance.
And David raised and Martin re-raised. Excuse me. David raised and Martin, I believe, just called with queens.
Right now.
David checks.
Careful, dude.
Martin bets. Martin raised, David re-raised, and Martin called. So Martin was playing the trap. Now David checks, and Martin bets 30, which is a pretty small bet, about half the size of the pot here.
Check it all the way down.
What?
If you call this, I'll check it down.
Really?
And Martin says, if you call this, I'll check it down. I don't know why you'd ever want to do that with Queen of Spades, Queen of Hearts.
Oh, you just made it 6.
David makes the call.
Fine.
I guess they're just going to check it down. Turn is an 8,
You know what I want?
and the river is a 10. Why on earth would you check it down? With
I don't know.
red,
I mean, I'm
Queen of Hearts,
actually
Queen
kind
of
of done
Spades?
trying to figure out what some of these people do, let me tell you.
Maybe they're friends. Looks like David's eating a
Yeah, but
Vietnamese
still,
spring
I don't
roll.
want my friends taking, chips that I should have.
You mean you wouldn't check it down with me, Shirley?
No, I wouldn't check it down with anybody. I wouldn't check it down with Steve. Mark.
Oh, if you had a foot, so you would've made
Oh, actually, Mark, I'd go for his throat.
it. Top pair.
I told you about him getting me to lay a hand down one time. Used our friendship. Lay it down, lay it down.
Ooh.
And they showed me like 8 high or something like. It was horrible.
Wow, Rick's in there. He's going to raise under the gun. He's got ace-king offsuit. And 6-7 offsuit's going to make the call over there in seat 4. Again, that's one of,
I really don't see how Rick's getting any action. I wouldn't be calling with anything.
Queen, 5.
Well, I mean, those 6s I would have called, but
Rick's going to bet. Well, the funny thing is that 6-7 offsuit it's tough because it's not suited. There isn't a whole lot of value in it. But I'd rather call with 6-7 offsuit against Rick than something like King Jack or King 10 or King Queen.
well,
Even
wouldn't you
King
rather
Queen.
call? I would call 6-7 suited, but 6-7 offsuit, nah.
Now Rick bets and Sylvester's going to call. Is he setting up a play here? The turn's a 9. Can Rick fire it one more time? Yeah, Rick's going to check, and I assume Sylvester's going to bet
That
here.
was the only reason I hoped for that call.
Yeah, he's got a bet here. He's actually picked up a draw now as well. And I've seen Rick on the show, and he's done this sometimes too. He'll make that one continuation bet, and then he might shut down.
I don't know. I've seen him follow through quite a few times.
It's only a $45 bet here by Sylvester. What is that, a Matchbox car? Oh, that's the same MP3
That's the same,
player.
yeah.
Oh. And Sylvester takes it down.
So I want to point out that on that flop, if Rick had a queen, remember how we say you bet out on the queen?
Right.
Wouldn't that have worked perfectly? If he had the queen, he bets out, the guy calls, he checks it, the guy, thinks that he doesn't have the queen, and he check raises him on the turn, which is how I always like to play mine. Well, not always, but a lot of times. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Are you paying attention to me?
I do. And seat 2 is going to raise here to 15. Seat 3 is going to call. So we're going to have several people in here. $15.
Huh? It was raised way back here.
Al has got pocket 4s. He's going to re-raise.
He's putting a big old raise in there. You see, he has some purple chips there.
105. The thing is that he actually might make this raise with queens, kings, or aces as well. I mean, it seems a little bit big, but again, there's $15 in there times 3 people, so it's not out of the ordinary to raise that up to 100 with that hand.
Right.
I can't imagine how Gus could make this call against Al's raise out of the blind with ace-6. The action's on him. Again, they call him the human rain delay in C3.
I don't get that. What would that...
I don't care, dude.
Is this... Am I having a blonde moment? I don't get, like...
Human rain delay. It's like a rain delay in baseball. Just, he's just taking a long time. So he's kind of delaying the game.
Oh, okay.
Gus is going to fold. Ryan fold. And actually, it's funny that Russ McGinley on 2+2 has a picture of Tiffany Williamson.
Right.
It says, somebody is already the human rain delay. Well, I heard some stories. Robert Turner told me some stories about how he was playing at her table towards the end of the main event this year. And she pulled some angles that were kind of interesting.
Yeah, you mentioned that, about her getting up and filing her nails.
Yeah, getting some candy out of her purse. Then moving a guy all in and then showing him deuce 7 offsuit.
No, I'm okay. Sure? Yeah. Hey, Kelsey. Yeah. We got a runner. Oh, good. All right, then. Can I get away from you? Excuse me.
She's an English North Carolinian? Is that right?
Huh?
Is she English or is she American?
I thought she was English.
She is English, but she lives in North Carolina. Something like that.
You think?
Anyways, yeah.
I didn't know that.
$25 raise here by seat 2.
With ace-5.
Okay, you're doing it.
Look at this. David Kelsey's going to come over the top with king-jack offsuit.
$80. And Michael, you're not getting
Now, let's see what Al does. He's got ace-queen offsuit on the button. I'm going to think that chances are he's going to muck this, Shirley. A raise and a re-raise. We know Rick's out of there.
Rick would be out of there with 10s, jacks.
See, that's my bodyguard. Now he's going to take you outside.
There you go.
Put you in your own
So Al mucks the ace-queen to a raise and a re-raise. And Martin, who was just fooling around with ace-5, he's probably going to muck as well.
I'm shocked about how fast you're going to fold this.
My last one. I had to, though.
It's not a huge deal, dude, but
And
cards,
Dave
no,
Kelsey
I understand, but
takes
if
it
you've got
down.
cards and you don't, it might be a good idea for you to keep your mouth shut.
Uh-oh, now Gus is talking some crap to Brian in seat 5.
Don't influence his
Oh,
decision.
no, I would never
Maybe
do
he wants
that.
to call,
He might.
So that's why I'm thinking it might be a good idea for you to.
Probably
Well, I don't know.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
I think he said,
You can
keep
bring
your
him
mouth
back on
shut.
the field now.
Well,
And instead of ship it, zip it.
uh-huh.
What he should be doing.
I mean, I don't think he's really talking crap. He's just letting them know that, what
No,
he says could
yeah,
influence
no,
the
you're right.
decision.
Not
so
crapping.
I don't
Not
think that
crapping.
Gus is out of line.
No. Probably Brian's the one that's out of line, I'd imagine.
We thought we left the women at home.
Look at that. But we brought their wigs.
Good Lord. Yeah, that's right. I'll check it.
5-player.
5-way action.
Would you ever wear wigs like that?
Dude, you would not catch
Limped around.
I'll
Jack
give you
5-6.
play with if you wear a wig like that.
I don't need $100.
Rainbow.
Your mask.
I know you don't need it.
New player in seat 1. It's Kyle.
Bet 15. It doesn't mean anything to you. That's like
And seat 2 is going to bet 15 with an open-ended straight draw. Now, Deep's got top pair.
Is it a loan or a gift?
Sylvester calls with middle pair.
Well, it doesn't mean anything to me, but I don't like to give away my money.
Nadiv calls.
I'll loan it to you if you need it, Alan.
Rick's got middle pair. And he's going to
They're
call.
all in there.
now you have to call.
I have to.
Kyle's got deuce 6. He's going to call. And actually, it's not middle pair. It's bottom pair with the 4-5s. Excuse me. And here we go to the turn. The turn's a 7. Sylvester and Rick are now both open-ended, and Sylvester's got a flush draw
Open
with
and
the pair.
straight flush draw.
That's a good commercial, Alan.
And Martin continues to bet. He's picked up a pair of 7s. He bets 20,
Raise it.
which is very, very small. The pot was about $120. He bet $20, Shirley.
Raise it.
And now Sylvester's going to raise.
$90.
Makes it 90 to go.
You know what? It's really it's good.
The sucking sound.
And look at that. He got Nadiv off the best hand with Jack 10. Rick folds.
70 more to me.
Because Donna's not here, I have to go now loud.
Now Martin's got a pair and he's open-ended.
Oh, you got to get in there. That's right.
He's going to call. Now, if Sylvester totally misses, if we see a blank here,
And he
he's going to
does
have to
fires
bet.
one more, yeah.
Yeah,
That's hard.
he's going to have to bet.
Two
Here we go. About a $350 pot. Well, the river's an ace.
Check.
I can't think that Sylvester's got to think that his hand can win in a showdown. here.
Right.
150.
He bets 150.
Originally?
And it looks like he's going to get Martin off the hand.
Huh?
Martin folds. There you go.
Nice play by Sylvester.
Well, people on 2+2 saying that Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay, Cleveland Indians, he used to take about 15, 20 minutes every plate appearance he would have in the box. Fidget with his batting gloves,
Sounds like when you forward
step out, get some pine tar. And actually, I think that they everyone knows I'm an umpire. They actually normally do not allow players to go back for more pine tar back towards the on-deck circle. And that might have been because of him, I'm not sure. But he used to drive pitchers crazy, and that, I guess that was kind of his whole thing, his plan. Pocket aces for Nebbiolo.
Well, he hasn't won a pot that we've seen, right?
And he's going to raise.
7 or 8.
Oh, yes, we did. We saw him with ace queen.
$40.
Makes it 40 to go. Ryan in seat 5's got ace queen, Shirley.
You had the line? Oh, sorry.
You were fine, dude. Dieter wasn't going to take it in.
It was so bad I thought I already folded it.
Well, you thought that
No, that's the only way you're going to make money today.
And let's see if Brian's been paying attention. Does he want to play ace queen offsuit to Rick? I got to tell you, if I was Nadiv, I'd be done with that hand so quick, Shirley, king queen. That is not a hand with implied value.
Well, not against
like,
Rick, that's
not
for
like
sure.
not like 4 or 5 suited. You know what I mean? It's not even close. I'd rather call with 4 or 5 suited. But Brian's in there, and if we see a queen come on the flop, we might see some fireworks. Well, Jack deuce 5, about a $100 pot here. Brian checks. Let's see what Rick does. He's gonna bet.
That's 60.
Bet 60. And Brian is done with it. And Rick never shows his cards, Shirley. I think
Right.
the only time we've ever seen him show his cards was when he was on One Night Alive at the Bike with like some ladies' night, like way back when.
Oh,
I think it was
uh-huh.
actually with the Bombshell models. He was the player showing his cards, getting friendly with the ladies.
Flirting. His girlfriend's real jealous.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
That's what you
That's
thought.
what
I don't know that.
Well,
How
that-
did you know that?
Okay, that's what I heard. Well, that's what I heard. Oh,
You and Rick
strike
got some-
that. Can
you and Rick got
oh,
something
God,
going
No. I said, can you cut that?
Well, we don't know.
Something we don't know about.
If I get the low through the most of the cameras, they'll never focus on me. That's for sure.
Maybe they will. 20.
So I have to make it to the final 3. I'm not gonna go wait
Button
for
here is in seat 2.
a dirty T-shirt or whatever the hell like that.
Thank you. I'll give you that next one.
Have to take the
I didn't have anything to call.
Shirley, come on. We all know that you try to flirt at the table to get some sort of strategic value.
Not with Rick.
Not with Rick, no.
He was my boss for a while. Come
Was he
on.
really?
Yes, he was.
he the prop guy?
Yes, he was.
He had Robert Turner's shot? Or something? Or?
Before Robert took it over, yes.
It's only time.
Well, Robert was the head guy, like, above Rick, but Rick was the one that handled us. He was the go-to guy.
although the money obviously.
He still is the go-to guy. It's Rick Nebbiolo. Come on.
Pocket aces going around the table here. Now we have him seat 8 for Allen.
But it used to be like, go back for 15 years, most of the people who played tournament seem to,
And Al's going to bring this one in for $30 with pocket aces.
Two call.
even some people have.
In seat 2 there, he's going to call with king, queen offsuit. I used to say ace 10 was my least favorite hand. I got to say no limit. I think it might be king, queen. Here we go. Well, king high, Shirley. King 10-9. Let's see if he gets involved. about a $70 pot. Look at this. Al checks the overpair.
30.
Martin bets 30.
So, catch me, I'm taking
Martin's got a gut shot, too. He could catch a jack
75.
or a queen would improve his hand, or a king. And Alan's going to check raise to 75. And Martin calls. Alan's going to need to dodge some cards here.
Right.
Again, a king, a queen, or a jack would be good for Martin.
Oh,
and there's a queen.
Check.
And it's a one-liner to a straight. But Martin's going to bet.
Bet 80.
He bets 80, and oh, wow, Al's going to check raise all in.
I'm surprised he did that.
He's going to check raise all in, representing, I guess, maybe a jack. And Martin has the lead here. Let's try to figure out some pot odds here. I mean, basically, Martin's showing king-queen. He's showing the king-queen. I want to say that the pot is probably about 400 to 500 and another, I want to say, 250 to call.
Is it that much more to call?
Well, I think, Martin only has 200. Well, I could have sworn that Alan pushed the rest of his chip stack in.
Yes, he did.
So he had gone in for 280 total. So yeah, it was about another 250 more. And I want to say the pot is about 400 to 500 in the middle, 250 for Martin to call, and he's in the lead. But again, you got to play the hand back in your head. What would Al have check raised the flop with? He raised pre-flop. Did he already have Queen Jack? Does he have a set? You can't beat a set now either, right? Like a set of kings.
Right.
But I mean,
What? Yeah, right.
I mean, maybe he has King Jack.
Pig's feet, is that what you said?
I'll order some more.
Pico.
Do they sell them here?
Yeah, don't worry
The
about it.
candy store? I'll get some more.
No, I buy from the
Where the
table.
hell are you
No,
from?
I'll get some more, man.
From the fucking Pecan State.
What part of
you
Look at that guy.
Dude, I'm from the
There's a
biggest
guy in
world.
deep thought.
Pecans?
Deep thought.
Pecans.
Remember, Al check raised the flop. Martin called.
Y'all say pecans?
Al checked the turn. Martin bet, and Al moved all in.
Goddamn.
What?
280.
Moved all in, and it's 280 to call.
280 and there's about...
I'm still shocked that Alan made that move.
And I think he's overvaluing the pot. I think the pot's only about 400, surely. 280 to call. Oh, excuse me. Well, with that extra 280,
I just keep on hearing some random stuff down there.
let's see, 75 on the flop, 150, 200. Then he bets 30,
No more calling.
260.
That is a
Actually,
big
the pot's about 500 to 550.
That'll like give you a...
280 to call. He's getting about 2 to 1 on his money.
No good. No, that's what I told him. If we get some pecans...
It's not the right price if you think that Alan has the jack.
No, I mean,
pecans here.
the only thing here that
Y'all
you really
say put it
can
on?
beat
That is almost
is
jack.
ace king or aces. It's interesting.
No, seriously,
You know what I
y'all
mean?
say
I mean, I guess
pecan?
I guess you could beat king 10.
King
It's a
10.
freaking pecan.
Yeah.
I'm from the Pecan State.
But you know, you obviously can't beat a set of kings.
Damn, I know
Can't
what
beat
I
any
love.
jack. But remember, what would Al check raise the flop with?
Right. And what would he have raising pre-flop?
I swear to God.
I don't know if he would have came raising.
Pecan.
Oh, he folds.
Yeah, he folds.
In the bathroom.
And Al shows the aces.
What do we see? Oh, and it was the river was a 3.
I don't want any of you guys talking anymore. Because I was going to call that, and it's all your stupid mouths that made me not call that.
Oh, this guy was the biggest. He was
No more talking.
no more
No more
talking.
I knew I
You
had
can't
a chance.
talk at the poker table, okay? Wasn't this the same guy that was going crazy last week? And
He was with the
Yeah.
camera. Yeah.
Never.
No
doing
more
all kinds of
talking.
My name
talking.
was Skippy.
Dude, I was listening to freaking Mr. George.
Stupidest thing in the world. I should have called that. I don't want to talk to you.
And now he's saying I should have called that, but
No, I'm not happy because I went against what I wanted to do. I knew I had him.
$20.
He did. Yeah. He didn't know he had him. He would have called.
Rick's got pocket jacks. He's going to raise it up to 20.
20, yeah.
Fools. This is why you guys end up with no chips, and I end up all with chips.
Oh!
Wow, he's really talking smack.
I had big of those two, but that was the
Go, Martin.
Gus is going to call with ace king,
Two players.
and we're heads up here.
What it is. It's not
Jack's
a
against ace
I don't
king.
want to. Just don't talk.
Oh, there's the king.
Seriously.
So you guys say
At
he
least
can
an
buy?
hour.
Oh,
He can buy?
And now you put the guy on tilt.
Pecan pie.
Yes, he did.
Sounds like pervert
30.
pie.
I was
Pecans and
going
ice
to
cream,
point
pecan
that out
pie,
after this hand.
pecan
Rick's going to
curry.
bet 30.
I've heard pecan.
And he's behind again. He's gotten outflopped.
It's a pecan, dude.
King 9-4, a couple diamonds.
Freaking pecan. I didn't want to say fucking pecan. There you go.
Children might be watching.
Yeah, on the internet in London.
Again, King 9-4, a couple diamonds.
Well,
and
it's pecans in London, too.
We have Ace King versus Jack.
Bloody
Yeah.
pecan.
Right there. Put that on camera. Oh, hey, shut up. You're not even talking. You just came here.
Rick's
10
got
minutes
jacks. Gus has Ace King. There
We go.
And again, Gus is taking an eternal amount of time to make this. He's going to raise.
I think Marty said sit and spin.
Let's see how Rick is going to play
Pecan
this.
that.
It's only one overcard to the jacks. Gus makes it 70 more. I like the raise. I mean, he could be doing this with a flush draw. He could be doing it as a feeler raise.
Well, I don't know what
I
else.
mean, you know that Rick's tight. You have position on him.
With a $900 pot.
Okay, 900, 1100. Maybe you did math. I didn't.
The real question is if Rick ever came over the top of you, would you ever let go of Ace King?
Right.
Rick folds.
I just many as he did.
So, you know how I feel about showing cards. You know, I just don't think that's a good thing to do. But in this case, it might actually work out to the table's benefit that
Yeah.
that Alan did that because
Yeah.
And if they're saying
Martin
anything
really
different
seems to
in
be
the back,
going on
they're
tilt right
wrong.
now.
I don't care what anybody's saying on TV. I made a mistake. I should have
You
gone
didn't
with my
make a
instinct.
mistake, dude. You did the right thing.
Should have gone with my instinct. I made a bad play. Period. I knew I had him. I don't care what
Don't feel bad about it.
I would have called it.
Well, thank you for answering Rip Walk's question
Pause for a half
on
an
2
hour.
plus 2 West McGinley. This seems like a new poster Rip Walk has. Have we
Not interesting.
Yeah. Have we done single table tournaments on Live at the Bike? Yes, we have. And yes, they've been high tournaments. $5,000 buy-in. I think we did a couple times. Freeze
we
outs.
did. Yeah, I was on one with like
It doesn't
$1,000.
really play for good television if you see every single hand of a tournament. That's what we've come to the conclusion of.
Right.
It runs
The
really
reason
slow.
why they edit these
Right.
ESPN and WPT tournaments
is because most of the hands are
boring.
uninteresting.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just raise fold.
Pretty good flop there for Sylvester. Well, David's going to bet with top pair and the 6 of clubs. But Sylvester's got the second nut club draw with top pair. He just calls.
No, I don't. You're right. Of course you don't.
Two player.
So we're heads up here. And David is drawing really slim. The turn is a 4.
No, don't say that. Are you serious?
He's going to bet again.
35.
Bets 30, 35. Sylvester just looks like he's going to call again.
Right there.
And the river's a king, and now Sylvester's made top 2 pair.
Looking out for you, man.
Looking out for you. Pecan.
Well, if David bets here,
I missed. Why you betting?
would you ever consider putting a raise in?
That's what I said.
He's bet strong the whole time. He's going to bet 50. Now, the only problem with raising here is you don't want to, face a big re-raise, and he just calls. I mean, that's the issue. In limit there, Shirley, I think I might pop that one time on the river with King 10.
I don't think so.
But in no limit, it's limit. Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
in limit.
In limit.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I missed that part. I'm talking about in this situation,
not
I
no
would not
limit.
re-raise.
No, not no limit. It's just because you can't. I mean, if the guy is only, let's say, like maybe he's got 80 left, you actually might put him all in there for value. But when they're deep, you don't want to really face a gigantic re-raise, which you open yourself up to.
Right.
Hi.
So he chose to call.
I've lost $400, less than $400 since the day.
And looks like Sylvester's got ace queen.
You make that riverbed. If I only have a 10, I would have
He's gonna limp.
What?
You make that riverbed. If I only have a 10, I would have raised.
I know you were.
Marty, what do you eat, buddy? Big helping of crow.
If I check it, what do you do? You bet. Then I got a call, right?
So he limps in here with ace queen in mid position, and it's just gonna be him and the limpers.
And I would have called.
Maybe less than that or maybe around that.
Well, there's the ace.
I see what you mean. Both check. Oh, I'll check.
I mean,
And it gets checked around. He's going to slow play the ace there, Shirley. It turns a 6. And now he's going to bet.
20.
That's 20.
That's a big bet.
Well, no, he's going to get a call out of Nadiv.
Two player.
Pair of
That means I
6s.
want it right now.
And the river is a third diamond. It's an
Did you
8.
check blind? Wait, don't show me yet.
I thought you said check.
I said you checked that?
No, he's asking
Question.
if you check.
Yeah, I checked.
Oh, that means I have the best hand then.
Well, Nadiv checks. Let's see if Sylvester's going to value bet here.
35.
He bets 35,
You did.
and he's going to take it down.
No, he asked you if you checked.
He said, did you check?
He was making sure.
There you go.
No, because you checked that blind.
He did say check, but he said, did you check?
The word check was
So,
enunciated.
seat number 6 there, David Kelsey is actually our biggest winner tonight. He's up about $600.
Oh, me Taiwanese? No. I'm Chinese.
Up about $600.
That's what I was getting word from in my ear.
Yeah, but you see his chip stack.
I know. Yeah.
Perfect, man.
Well, not perfect. I learned
Did he only start with $100 when the show
I
started?
don't know. Can't keep track of all that stuff. So I guess he's only up maybe 300. Well, he's got
Didn't even
900
look
in
that.
front of him.
Is that? It looks like 7 to me. He has 700 in front of him, Bart.
Okay, so he's up 200 then.
I can't say vegan.
Don't you hear the same things that are coming into my ear,
I
Shirley?
know, but I see $700.
God. Pocket Queens here for Alan.
You're right. I was right, right?
Gotta tell the people I'm not just pulling this up out of the
sorry,
air.
Bart. I'm sorry, but you know, you hear that, but when I'm looking at it, I can see it clearly that it's only 700.
Stop it.
7-8 Jack here. Alan brought
You guys
this one
hear
in
that
with
over
Queens.
wherever y'all listen? Go ahead.
Wherever y'all listen, look at that. I'm rubbed off on him. Said y'all.
And Queens are still good here. And he's going to bet. Remember, he raised out of the blind.
He says y'all got slanted eyes, whatever you say.
Oh, no, he did not.
130.
He bets
Talking about
130.
slanted eyes?
Yeah, you said we both got slanted eyes.
Did you really?
And he's going to take it down.
Oh, I'm about to say, what? Rudy.
Who said something about both having slanted eyes?
I didn't hear
I
it.
never do.
I heard one person say, I never said that.
Marty, are you still mad, buddy?
And
Brian's asking seat 2. He's
He wanted me
on.
to ask you, but you're
Still
not-
mad.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be talking some shit.
Are you on tilt?
He's going to talk some shit in a minute, dude. You hear that?
Ooh, pocket aces this time for Al.
Alan again.
Yeah, he's on the button.
Don't rush anyway. God damn it, scared myself. I thought I had aces.
Well, somebody does at the table.
Oh,
Let's see how much Alan's going to raise.
Or they should call that teams. Ace four.
Nothing like having those premium hands hand after hand after
Yeah,
hand.
right in a row. Get yourself
You didn't say anything about
a nice
slanted
stack
eyes.
built in.
Slanted eyes.
Why
Alan,
did
be
she
serious.
talking about slanted eyes? How
Did you?
rude.
I don't know.
Dude, I think Alan
He's
told the
raised to
truth.
30.
I believe you, Alan. You're a bastard, dude.
See,
That's
look at
wrong.
that. It's freaking liar.
And a
He
liar.
said, no, I'm not going to chase it.
Here we go.
You lied and you
Three-way
said-
action.
Put your cards in the window
Martin's in there with
homie.
8-9 offsuit.
I don't want to show these.
And I don't think Sylvester's in the hand. I think it's seat 7 with ace 5. Yeah.
I think it was a cover block. I think he was trying to.
And it gets checked to Alan. And he's going to bet 15, Shirley.
And unfortunately
into
for Alan, nobody
$120
has
pot.
anything.
He bets 15 into a $120 pot.
Oh, dude, that's horrible.
You know what I'm saying.
I don't think he
They're both playing with each other.
Well, I guess if you think your ace is good, the guy's giving you odds to chase, right?
Yeah.
And Alan's going to take it down.
What do you say?
You see, now both have slanted on.
There they go again.
Thank you.
We have about an hour left in the show.
I'll check in a second. Hold on.
You're right. You never told me how to say hello to Mandarin.
That's Sam, yeah. That's only
And Rick is coming back to the table.
I knew.
You would have heard from
I
somebody
didn't
else.
realize he was at the table.
I don't think anyone did.
Yeah.
You said ni hao.
Or ha, or tie, or knee high, we're close. Shut up. You just deal.
Brian's got Queen 10 suited. He's going to limp in.
Huh? 8 change? It's not that bad.
Bunch of limpers here. Limped around.
8 players.
8-way action. Ace 7-3.
Got 15.
Sylvester's got ace deuce, but Martin comes out and bets with ace 8. He's got him out kicked. Sylvester calls. What is Brian calling? Queen 10 backdoor heart draw in seat 5? Wow.
Alright, 3 players. You telling me what you done?
3-way action. Turn is a 3. Ace 8 is still good here. Martin's going to bet again.
At 45.
He bets 45. I just don't see the inherent value of Queen 10 of hearts there on that ace 7-3 flop,
Right.
Shirley. Now he's going to get away from it.
Fake too. They're all fake.
And Brian needs to dodge a card that is not above 8. Oh, the river's a 9, and this one's going to get chopped now.
Check, check.
That could be a sketch.
They're really good. Tuck aces.
Just selling
Chop it up.
image.
Right. No, but you know,
Push to play the best 5 cards in your hand in any combination. Both players have aces and 3s with a 9 kicker.
he's bigger. Yeah,
No, he's not bigger.
he's bigger than you.
Of course, tomorrow night is our Poker Blue Whale Night. We will be doing 5,100 no limit with a $5,000 max buy-in. It's a form of restricted buy-in. No limit hold'em.
More? Maybe you see her ass.
The interesting and usual cast of characters, Shirley. You know, they were playing a gigantic game on the floor.
Well, you know, I'm curious to know what's going to happen tomorrow because supposedly they don't want Ed in the game. Hassan left last week and said, "Don't call me."
I don't believe. Yeah,
So-
but I see. But Hassan's back in the game now. Right?
Yeah, I did see him
So-
playing in it
so-
today, but last week he said.
They were playing 600, 1,200. That's the highest game I've ever seen them play. Yeah.
That's a damn problem.
6-12 mix up there on the floor.
He can eat some pecan.
Dude, I am like
3-way action here, limped around.
county champ.
Queen Jack 7. There was Toto Leonidas, Tuan Lee, Tim Fan, Hassan.
I saw Ken Berg out there.
Yeah,
He's
Ken Berg was
in there,
playing too.
yeah.
That's all I'm putting in
$50 bet here,
That's all I'm putting in this
or $15 bet in a call by Nadiv with the open-ended straight draw. Gus still has the best hand here with Jack 5. He's going to bet again.
He said, I thought that's all you were putting in.
So he had a queen.
I got a good card.
Nadiv calls
He's been
again.
lying to me all day.
Yeah, man.
This is something about your
What makes you
eyes.
think he's going to
The
do?
river's a 5. Gus only plays Jacks and
I
7s
wouldn't
with
take that
Queen
shit
here.
about his eyes. I'd give him the fucking karate chop or something.
See if this one goes to Chad. And let's see if Nadiv tries to steal it.
He can pull something up. I was thinking that at the turn it would have been a good time to put a bluff in on your draw.
Two bears. Tuck up.
Represent a 7.
Oh, they don't want.
And Jacks are good there.
Yeah,
What? Oh,
Gus is going to take it down.
It's the only hand I can have, right?
Absolutely, because if the guy doesn't have a 7, you know, it's kind of a small pot. It's difficult for him to call.
I would have made you pay a lot more.
Thanks, Wayne.
Yeah.
Thank you. Pecan.
We've got our Ho Ho Hold'em tournament series coming up in a few weeks as we're going to take a look at another chip count.
There we go.
Now, this is the latest chip count.
Them almonds out
And
here.
so if everybody started at 500, am I correct in saying that Nadiv
I'll say what we call him.
is probably the winner tonight so far,
Right.
up about $600.
Right.
Alan's
And we
up
noticed that
350.
one player did a rebuy. That was seat 4, Sylvester.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's probably about even because he rebought for 300
And Rick's in the hole.
Like
He's,
some of the words that we use.
in the hole.
Yeah, I mean, he remember he
Up
rebought.
$140.
He rebought. He brought his stack up to 500 when he was at about 200.
You're right. So he's losing just a little.
He's in the shitter. Excuse me, the dumper.
Gus is down at the bottom. You know, that was bad. Because that chip count was really good and we could have used that. Now we have to go redo this one.
Look at this. Pocket kings here for seat number 1. He raises, but C2 is going to come over the top with pocket 10s. He's all
Yeah,
in.
he's all in.
And I think he's going to lose the rest of his money unless he gets really lucky, Shirley.
That's 45.
Those don't play.
How much is he? He's going to move all in for 245. I still think it's a call for kings, though. Raised there by seat 1.
And a pecan. 240 and a pecan to go. I can't do it, buddy. I want to bust you so bad I can't stand it, but I can't call you. I don't think my ace king is any good.
Let's go ahead and look at them so we can see what the next guy does.
And we're going to see a fold here. And am I right to say, why does seat 6 have 5 chips in front of him? Did he bring the raising in?
Get this guy busy.
Yeah, he did bring the raising in for 25. Kings re-raised, and pocket 10s moved all in. And Kyle's going to call. So a raise, a re-raise, and a re-raise all in, and Kyle calls with pocket kings. And Martin, boy, I can't wait to see his reaction after he most likely loses his hands 4 out of 5 times. Here we go. Jack, 5, 6, diamonds. Running diamonds would do it for Martin. Well, an 8 comes off on the turn, and he needs a 10 here. And the river's a 7. Kyle takes it down there.
Hold up.
Any pair, any low pair.
Hey, puts back down. You want some more?
Yeah.
Those are the roughest beats, surely. Like if you're in a tournament, you're in for all 5 cards, kings against 10s, and the guy catches running diamonds on you with the 10 diamonds. Oh, it's incredible.
So, is Russ the person that visited here?
He is.
Okay, Russ, come back.
Russ McGinley.
Come back and I'll play with you this time. Take your money for calling me a nag.
My only thing is, I just want to make it clear that there's information coming into my ears. Because sometimes you're like, "What are you talking about, Bart? Look at it." I'm like, "Well, you gotta tell them
but
that."
you can't always listen to what people tell you, right?
Okay.
And I don't mean to nag. I don't mean to nag. But I'm just saying, you just, if you look at it. So,
that's fine, but sometimes there are other ways to say that, though.
I know. I'm really like nitpicky on some technical, whatever. Some technical things.
Oh, it's okay. Gus is going to raise here with ace queen.
At least you're not married to me, right?
Yeah, it's true. And $25 raising it gets called in 4 spots.
You said 8-9.
No, I'm talking to you.
And by the way, Russ, I'm just kidding. I'm not offended. Even though I don't like you, you call me a nag.
And now the table's beginning to loosen up about. We got a $125 pot. Gus is the original pre-flop raiser with ace queen. Here we go. Oh, ace 8-5. Look at this. Alan is flopped bottom 2 pair, and Gus has got top pair. Let's see how Al plays it. Let's see if he bets right in. He's going to bet right in. I love the bet. He bets 100.
Whatever that was.
Now let's see if Gus raises.
That's 75. Make him take 25.
Okay, I said 75.
And it's actually a $75 bet. Kyle folds. Let's see what Gus does here.
No friends.
The pot is $200, 75 to call. Gus has got about 400 in front of him. It's going to be an interesting one.
Alan, how much more am I going to have to call?
Pocket 10s, pocket kings.
Let's see what Gus does.
You got more than 600?
Now Gus is faced with a real decision.
This would be
All
one
those
hell of
other
a
ones
laydown,
were,
I got to
yeah.
tell you. I mean, Alan's betting right into you. He's usually pretty tight solid.
I'm sorry, Gus.
Can ace-queen possibly be no good here on this flop?
Did Alan just tell Gus, sorry Gus, meaning like I have the best hand?
Sounded like it. $100 bet and the pot is $225.
Oh.
Well, he's gonna call. I don't really. Well,
Kind of looks like he held his breath when he was making that call.
and here we go. Everybody folds. Well, if I hit a blank card here, I move all in. Probably if I'm Alan. You almost put the guy on ace king, ace queen, ace jack.
Right.
The pot's now $275, and Alan's gonna bet blind here. He bets 135 blind, and a king comes off the turn. Boy, I don't know if I like that card.
It's a good thing he already bet out a blind.
Yeah, so it's a $135 bet blind here.
I hate betting out blind.
Well, look at this,
I
though.
don't like that
Gus,
move,
by the
but-
way that he hasn't reacted, I mean, I would think with ace-king, you would know he already had ace-king. So the pot now is 400, 135 to call. And here we go. We've got Gus, don't call me Mike Hargrove, making a big decision here on the turn again.
We're 15 minutes before I started. So now I'm playing.
Did you put that blind?
Yeah.
And he asked Alan, you bet that blind?
200.
Call me a fool.
It looks like he's gonna lay it down.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna show this to you.
Oh, he's not going to show it.
Oh, I know. No, I'll throw it to him. He knows I won't. I apologize in advance, though. I really do.
He did.
Well, he says he's going to show it, but he could
And
be
he,
showing
and
a
he
bluff,
said,
though.
I apologize in
Yeah.
advance. So
I know exactly what you're doing.
that's an easy way for Gus to
Well, you know
feel
he doesn't
comfortable
have
about
ace
laying the
king,
hand down.
right? I mean, now you know he doesn't have ace king. Probably has ace queen. That's exactly what he has.
You pass one of those,
Unless, I mean, he maybe
Well,
he just
considering
put out on
Gus
a
just
set.
showed the cards, yeah, it's kind of easy to put him on ace queen.
Oh, that's
If he-
right.
If he just
Yeah.
turned it around and showed the table.
Some of the junior
Then
men.
probably you're right. It probably is pretty easy.
Yeah.
to put him on ace queen. Where there isn't really a lot of expected value within this hand. I mean, if he moves all in, he's only going to get called by a hand that beats him, right? And what is he going to do? Call and then have to face a big bet on the river? Sometimes we talk about the fundamental theory of poker and knowing what to do if you knew exactly what your opponent had. And in a couple
Wouldn't it
times,
be nice if they actually showed you like that?
Showed it already. Ace queen he has.
Wait, I mean, if Gus makes this call, is he gonna call the river, thinking that Alan's just gonna bluff him all the way here?
How about your napkin, sir?
I mean, if he makes the call, if you're Al, you just move in blind. I'm not a huge fan of blind betting, but you have to anyways on the river, you know.
No, because you know he has ace queen. You have to see if a queen comes.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that any card that's going to kill your hand, you still have to represent that you have a better hand, like a set. I think.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because king will kill
That's a
your hand
point.
here too, right?
Right.
And even in ace.
Ace, king, or queen.
But I mean, the thing is that
Hello?
you know, it's just
Anybody?
like I said, I'm not a huge fan of blind betting here.
Oh,
Oh, and what does he do? Did he call?
he did.
He called. So let's see how Al plays it on the river. Oh, this is
Wow.
unbelievable. Is he going to bet blind?
Doesn't look like
Not
it.
yet. Here we go. He needs to dodge an ace, a king, or a queen, and the river's a 9. Well, you got to bet now, right?
That's the best one.
I got him covered. Don't worry.
And he's going to move all in here, Shirley.
200.
He moves all in for an additional 200. I just don't know what Gus is thinking here.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I got that on my iPod.
I've played with Alan a lot, and if he was telling me I apologize in advance, meaning that he played garbage hands and got
Yeah.
lucky, I would lay my hand down.
The pot is $800. It's 200 to call.
Boingo, boingo.
And at this point, do you call now? Now you're getting 4 to 1. Again, I don't know if it's a pot odds thing, but if you thought he was bluffing, I don't know what you were trying to. If you specifically put him on 8-5, you were just trying to see if you could improve your hand. But I mean, if he had a set, nothing was going to help you.
Right.
The only thing that he could have had that would have helped you there is if he had bottom 2 pair. Not even ace 8. Well, if he had ace 8, I guess a queen would help you, right? But
Right. A queen or a
Gus, you're never
king.
gonna get
I would love to pick Gus's brain and say, what do you think Alan had?
So far, you're wrong.
I'm not putting you on 18.
And
On obvious.
we're getting.
We're down to like one more card.
My opinion. Or your lucky.
I didn't ask for it.
And let's see what he does here.
Oh, someone put him on the clock. Who put him on the clock, huh?
The producer.
We've put him on the clock for a minute. And he makes the call. And I don't know what was going through his head, but 2 pairs going to take
He
it
said he
down.
apologized before he even did it. He apologized.
Wow.
Dude, I would have called that.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say about that. Do you have any color to add to that hand, Shirley?
No, well, I think we said it during that hand.
Yeah.
The hand was played out so long.
So
I mean,
slowly.
yeah, the hand was about 4 or 5 minutes, 4 minutes long. I just can't even. I have no idea what Gus was thinking.
That's all right. He knows.
I mean, what I know about Alan, and believe
Yeah.
me, I play less with Alan than Gus does because I'm only here 2 days a week.
Right.
No, you lay that the hand down.
It was small.
Now, if all the money got on the flop, in on the flop, that would have been a little different. But after the turn, when Alan reveals his strength by what he's saying, it's an easy muck.
I would have called it. I thought y'all had the same hand.
Looks like Gus is back for 500 here. Look at this post here on 2+2
Okay, sorry about that.
by Jibs. It says, Bart, thanks for the bombshell girls mentioned. Suddenly I'm having some fond memories of Vegas. Them girls was almost as hot as Shirley. Well, that's true.
Thank you.
But also, you know, I got to work with those girls.
Right.
And hang out with those girls the whole weekend, 4 or 5 days. Go back to, check out the hotel rooms.
Really?
Stuff like that. It was a great time.
30 more.
You should see him in this booth. Oh, man. That smile said a lot.
Thank you.
30 more?
30 more.
I think it's suited into the worst we don't want to call it.
30 more?
Got a raise here by Sylvester, is it? Actually, it was David on the button, ace 10. And he gets called.
Me too.
Ace 8-4.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Sylvester's got a set, and David has top pair. And they're both pretty deep. Although David only has ace 10, Shirley. David's going to bet.
100.
We could see another big pot. He's going to bet 100. Pot's about 190 now, 100 to call. Let's call it 200, 100 to call. Keep my sanity. And what is Sylvester's play?
I'll tell you in a second.
Do you check raise here? Maybe the minimum, Shirley? That's what I might do.
I like a call.
Yeah.
Just a call?
I like a call. I mean, the board's non-coordinated.
Try to squeeze Brian in the middle, you mean?
No, then you check again on the turn, and that's when you do check raise.
No, you know me, I'm a fan of the fast play.
Right.
I might even bet right into the flop like Al did last hand. Bet, the guy raises you, then you can call and play it tricky after that, or maybe even come over the top. And I think he's checked blind again. The turn's a king. Pot's about $300.
200.
David's going to
There
bet
you go.
200.
He gets his check raise in.
Well, he has, pulled the line there, and he's set the trap for David. It's a $500 pot.
And Sylvester announced raised. All in.
He moves all in?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. He pushes it in. And David's got about... How much does David have left?
Looks like he has 340.
See that
300 and change?
Yeah, 345.
Basically, the pot is $1,050, $350 to call. There we go. $1,050, $350 to call.
David's been on the show, like, this is his third time that I've seen him. And he's selective, aggressive. He actually plays pretty well, but I haven't seen him do that great on this game. I'm surprised. Normally his style would work a little better.
Well, he does only have ace 10 here.
I know that you hate that hand, but a lot of people don't, aren't capable of laying that hand down for 300 more.
And he's going to make the call, Shirley. And he is drawing dead.
Yes, he is.
There is no card that can help him. And Sylvester is going to pick up about a $1,400 pot. River card is inconsequential. It's a 4. It fills Sylvester out.
King. They just chopped it.
8's out.
They think they just chopped.
8's full. And Sylvester takes it down.
That's called King Deuce Payback.
Well, I got lucky on the
There you
8.
go.
Huh?
I got lucky on the 8.
Thanks.
And David Kelsey goes broke. And I think we might have a new leader here, even though Sylvester, I think, rebought at some point throughout the hand. Didn't he have seat 4?
Live.
Have a rack, please.
Get the one right there. I got one right there. Think of it.
Lie on
There was one.
sit. Lie on sit.
Sorry, dude.
Button moves over there to seat 8.
Yeah, I'm being called Shirley Character.
Yeah, we're always referring to 2+2. You can follow a live thread that
Right.
started on the internet by going to 2plus2.com, spelled out, click on forums.
500 we have.
World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments, the official Live at the Bike thread for November 1st. Boy, Barry Woods' friends here tonight haven't been
I don't understand that one.
having
No,
a
they
good
haven't
showing,
been.
huh?
Nope, they haven't been doing well at all.
I think they just need the lucky Barry touch. He needs to be in the area, you know? Pot is limped around here.
5 lanes.
Jack 7-5. Looks like Allen's got top pair.
Kyle has the open and straight draw.
Allen's on the button. He's going to bet with top pair. $30. Kyle folds. And it looks
That's
like
it.
Allen's going to take it down. Boy, the table just got quiet all of a sudden. Huh? Look at Rick Nebbiolo. He's having his favorite food over there, the chicken kebab.
Good throw, though.
Putting a little in that, like, what's that flat Persian bread called? Can't remember the name of it. Of course, you've got the,
I don't know. It's good with a kebab.
yeah, got the
That's all I know.
hummus and the yogurt.
Camera right up there. We're going to take a bite out of the camera.
There's a name for that
makes
flat
me very
bread.
big.
Escaped me right now.
Exactly.
He told me he doesn't have ace king. I know.
Even is good.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's Persian chicken.
Like, even if he had ace king, he's dead. I wouldn't have pushed him all in. I'd let him
This is
go
your
again.
blind.
I can
Button moves over to Rick
Later,
Nebbiolo.
That's a big blind.
Lavish bread. Lavish bread.
You know, even if you made up a name from, I
That
would
did
have
not
no
come out here. I
idea.
remember that one. Yeah, the pot was raised here. I believe by, I want to say either Gus or Martin. Well, Kyle was in there with 4-9 offsuit.
C3.
And Kyle's outflopped everyone. Excuse me, 8-7 deuce. I thought that was a 9 on the
Yeah,
flop.
nobody really. King high's good right here.
Turns a 6. Well, Kyle's open-ended now. And now he's going to bet. Everyone check the flop.
30s.
And he's going to take it down.
Take it down.
Think 300 more
You can
of those
also
would be-
email us
I
at
know.
live@thebike.com.
Oh, that would be
Questions,
me.
comments,
Sorry for you. One of
suggestions.
those I'd
Keep them clean.
Dealer,
Fan mail
give me
for-
pocket aces, I'm going to push it all in the middle. And
For me?
stay out.
No fan mail for the
Oh.
people at the table,
Oh,
like
that's
Jesus
right.
has from Mary Ann.
We know you get your fair share of fan mail. There's Hassan
Not
Habib.
really through here, though.
Hassan Habib! There he is. And actually, our lovely chip runner, Marina, she's one of my favorites, sitting right next to me.
Okay, I don't want to see anymore.
Boy, is she a cutie.
Oh, shit again. Thank you, dealer.
No, form.
The pot is limped around here.
Huh?
King 9-5.
Oh, it was nice. I said thank you. That won't be ugly.
Turn is a 6. Everyone check the flop. A couple people pick up a pair of 6s. And we got a bet there by Gus.
My kicker to my 6.
And he's going to take it down.
Just like his kicker to the lowest pair on the board.
There you go.
Thank you.
Nice guy. He won $20 and he gave her $1.
Blind, please.
And the button goes over there to seat 3.
Blind, please.
Play your game.
Again, Rick has played a select amount of hands tonight. He's down a little
Well,
bit.
I think that he's played 4 hands.
Yeah, very select. And I got to agree with Eurotrash. That ace-queen hand was one of the most ridiculous hands that I've ever seen at Live the Pike as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of ace queen.
He's got it again. And he's
Yeah,
raised.
yeah.
This is such a fun game when you fold every.
And he's going to take it down.
$5 no reason.
I don't care about his eyes. What are you doing?
Thank you.
You said something to me about your eyes, Al.
Button moves over there to Brian and sees. Brian's been kind of a quiet night so far tonight.
Quiet for him, that's for sure.
Yep.
Oh, and he took it
You
wrong.
got John just look at your eyes, dude.
I'm all you want.
It's definitely a contrast from last Tuesday's show.
Yes, and a lot of the players are the same.
Well, I mean,
C2's the same, 5, 6.
when you add a Jesus, when you had 2 Mexican poker
That's
players
true.
in there, it definitely adds some
Crazy.
spice.
And then some guy flipping out about it.
Right.
What the guy say?
Sucker.
Suckers, yeah.
Called Walter a sucker.
Yeah. You're going to lose all your money, suckers.
That's a good hand.
And the pot is limped around here. Rick's got pocket 5s limped in from early position.
Oh, God, I thought it was a dude.
Queen, queen 3. Allen's got trip queens.
Allen's on a roll.
He checked it. Couple diamonds out there.
Well, at least I'd be doing what y'all are doing, checking.
6 players.
Turns a 4, so it's a third diamond. And Allen's got the 9 of diamonds in his hand. He's got the only diamond.
Please.
That's 40. I was going to say the only person that can beat him in this hand, Shirley, is Rick. And Rick folded. Rick had pocket 5s.
Yep.
And Allen takes it down. River was the jack of diamonds. Flush.
And then this one, though, the 10. Come in.
Yes. 10 cash dollars.
Of course, we want to welcome everybody who's hopped on the bike. Hop on the bike, come down here. Everyone is welcome to play in this game. Just get here early.
Total of 505.
It's like we had an email here from Sean Burke a couple of hours ago.
You got 500.
He says, I love your show. I've been watching for many months. I'll be heading there next Tuesday or Wednesday, all the way from Nova Scotia, Canada, to play some No Limit Hold'em.
That's the best way.
Anyway, Bart, love to meet you. You seem pretty cool. Well, thanks a lot, Sean Burke. You ever been to Halifax before, Shirley?
Halifax,
Yeah.
the group. Like to see the concert?
Is there a group called Halifax?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What kind of, is that like a Boston or Chicago group?
You know what? I don't know what really what kind of music it is. It's right now on Real World. They're
Really?
doing this
Oh.
thing, some like band show. They're reviewing all the bands go to Texas and play, and that was one of the bands that they were following around.
It's also the capital of Nova Scotia.
Okay. I've never been to Canada, period. So, no, I haven't.
50 cents.
Martin's talking to the camera again. We missed him.
David brought that one in with 10-9 offsuit and took it down. I had the opportunity when I was living out East Coast to get up to Prince Edward Island and some other areas of Canada. Nova Scotia. Look at this. Look what Barry Woods writes about his friends. We smoked a bowl before we left the office. My only excuse for that crappy-ass play.
They're not going to be friends for long after that one.
Thanks, Barry.
Either for calling it a crappy-ass play or for letting everybody know that they're smoking bowls at work.
Limp. Another limp, and Allen's going to raise. Look at that. He's got 8-4 clubs. I think he made it 20 to go here. So he's doing that mini raise, Shirley, on the button. And, you know, people respect him. He's on a roll. See if he can follow through with the bet on the flop and maybe take it down. Well, Kyle called.
Everyone calls
ace-rag.
there.
Nadib's in there with pocket deuces. And the pot's $80. Ace, king, 8. That's a great flop for the mini raise. I mean, the only thing is Kyle's playing a weak ace, so he may call here. But I love that flop if I've raised with garbage on the button, and he's going to bet.
Well, you hit any piece of it, you're pretty happy about it.
That's 45. Well, not so much that I hit a pair of 8s, but the ace and the king are major scare cards.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, this puts Kyle in a real tough spot. I mean, that's why I don't play this hand. Ace 5. You've got 3 people, and he mucks it. You've got 3 people behind him.
We've seen that twice tonight, where the people call with the ace rags and then they check fold.
You don't like it, 50 cents.
That should be nice, no?
Take it.
Gus is going to fold.
You got it.
And Al shows the 8-4. He shows the cards again. I mean, I guess if you show down the bad ones, you can get paid off on the good ones.
Little tiny baby kicker. Now I don't have to wait for the
You had one in my house.
Alan's chips look like they're impossible to count.
Did you ever see
He
that
has an
episode of
account.
Seinfeld with the Junior Mints?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I've seen about it. I think I've watched every Seinfeld episode.
What about the Juji fruit episode where she went to drive like to her boyfriend who got in a car accident, but she stopped off
right.
and got some Juicy fruit at the concession
Right.
stand at the movies?
Her boyfriend that was in the hospital.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Where did you get that?
get those?
At the movies? When did you get
You got
that?
a whole bag of tricks or something?
She had heard about her boyfriend's accident. Stopped off for some Juji fruit.
I've licked every one of them.
20 more.
$25 raise here by
20
Rick.
more.
Ace-7 of hearts. I don't think there really isn't a such thing as Juji fruit. It's good in plenties, isn't it? Isn't that the same thing? No, I don't know. Martin's going to call here with 3-8 suited.
Well, there's
Anybody else want 'em?
jujubes.
And Rick's hit top and bottom.
Dude that never talks. Elton. Gus.
Rick's going to bet. He's going to take it down.
Freshman.
Oh, there is Juji fruit?
There
I
is
thought we
Juji
made out.
fruit.
Two different mints.
Huh?
We were all doing different.
This is the mint.
Supposed to show me.
Like, not that shit.
This is the curiously strong mint.
I used to be the type of guy that would go to the candy warehouse before I went to the movies. Stock up, stick it in your pockets. I mean, I'm not paying $6 for a thing
For a
of
box of
Whoppers.
candy, right.
Dude, there's no way you're
I love Whoppers, man. You don't eat too
I
many
like
of those.
Whoppers too.
They'll get you. Doesn't want that malt.
Maybe you wear him up for compound
What do
double.
you get?
It's just like it's just too sweet. Goobers
When I
and
worked-
artificial butter with popcorn with salt.
When I worked at Farrell's, they had this one of the ice cream treats was a hot fudge sundae, but
Get
it
those glasses.
had, he just keeps adding pieces to his costume. It was the malt powder, and you used to have a hot fudge, and you just put it on the ice cream. Oh, it was so good.
Well, that's the stuff that's inside Whoppers, right?
Right.
Or for all you English viewers, Maltesers.
Or, well, what we use to make malts rather than the shakes. I mean, it's the same thing, but you put a scoop of that in it.
Five-way action limped around.
I've got nothing.
Jack 6-3. Never really quite understood what malt was. Like, it's just a flavor. Looks like Martin's got top pair. He checked it.
5 minutes.
He checked it in late position. Oh, he's playing it tricky, Shirley.
Hot?
Turns a
You got a
deuce.
problem with hot shit, don't you?
20.
And now seat 4 is going to bet with pair of
His
threes.
pair of threes.
You go to a
See what Martin
proctologist,
does here.
You have 2 hands on your shoulders and you're still examining you, you got a big problem.
He's going to call. Well, I don't know what Gus is thinking about here. He's got 7-10. Does he know the action's on him? Gonna
Yes,
fold.
there he goes.
2 plays.
And the river's a queen.
Check.
Sylvester checks. I think you value bet this if you're Martin. He checked the flop. He was trying to play it tricky. He got a bet out on the turn. Well, now that the river comes queen, don't you think that somebody would bet 2 pair there? I think that my jack is good. I think that he might have bet on a 6. He might have bet on a 3. He could have had a busted draw. It doesn't matter. I think that it was time to value bet that river. But he didn't. Those are those little types of bets that make, your hourly rate
You heard
go up and
neighbors,
down.
you got all-
Shirley.
Yes.
Look at him. Guilty mind, guilty conscience.
Decline.
Button moves over here to seat 3.
That is 3 full. That's how many, like, raspberries are in there? Three full raspberries? They use real juice. I mean, real. Right, but what I'm saying is there's more than 3 raspberries.
Did Rick just muck ace jack from mid position?
No.
No?
He'd be given such a hard time for doing that. He had Jack 9.
Oh, okay.
But I was thinking that he hadn't played any hands as it was folded to him.
Right.
The hand works okay together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, probably he's right.
You got to get in there and mix it up once in a
Mid to late
while.
position.
24
Yeah.
ounces of raspberry. Raspberry.
Seat 3 raised it to 15 with pocket 7s from the button.
What is half a banana?
And 1 and 2 both limp called.
Which is half a
Ace
banana.
queen 4, a couple hearts. Gus's hand is still good here.
I think he's
No, that's not. That can't be right.
I don't know.
And let's see what Gus does here. I'm gonna bet. Remember, he didn't bet heads up like a couple hours ago with kings
Right.
against one ace heads up.
But
This
half a
time he
banana
does
makes
bet.
sense, because it says half a banana.
Let me see it.
Can I finish drinking this before you guys start messing around with it?
Damn, wait a minute before you drink.
And it looks like he's gonna take it.
What the hell?
Wait.
He's gonna squirt that out.
There you go.
You guys are start cleaning the table.
Does it taste like there's like 3 servings of raspberry?
Oh my god, look at this. This is awesome. 3 servings of raspberry. 3
Oh, look at this. We got an email, a Dutch viewer, Jay.
All right, so
He
what
says,
you're
I
telling
love
me
the
is-
show. You asked for suggestions, so I might give you mine. I've had some difficulties calculating when the show starts. I live in the Netherlands, so there's a big time difference. How about a countdown timer on the site for the show start? Well, thanks for the suggestion, Jay. I don't
That's
know
not a
how
bad
we-
idea,
I don't know
yeah.
how we would, like just a general countdown.
You would just
clock,
like
yeah.
1 hour and, you
Right.
know, 10 minutes till the show starts.
Right. But if he was Netherlands, that would be basically 9 hours ahead of our time.
How do you know that?
Because I know England is 8, so it's 8 plus 1. Pretty sure.
You know this for the boobies? Is that what
But then again, we just
10 more.
flipped our clocks back, so I could be off. But remember that guy from Belgium a couple days ago said the show started at 3 in the morning, so sounds about right. That was 9 hours. Then we just turned our clocks back. I mean, they might be 8 or 9 hours. 8-10 Jack. Seat 2 was the razor. He's picked up a pair in an open-ended straight draw, but look at Sylvester. He's got the straight on the button, Shirley, and it's the bottom end of it.
Yes.
So it's not really one to slow play, I wouldn't think.
35.
Martin's going to bet. Wouldn't you put some money here on the button?
He's not.
He's
I
just
think he
gonna
just
call.
said call.
There's just so many cards that can come out that are just action killers. A 7, a 9.
Plus, yeah, if a
queen.
queen comes out.
Yeah,
Iceberg.
7-9 queen. The board is rainbow.
Make the table dirty.
Seat 5 called. Look at this. Seat 5's got queen 9. He's got a higher straight. I didn't notice
wow.
it. Brian's got the
I missed that
higher
one,
straight.
too.
He's got the nut straight. And both those guys are pretty deep. Let's hope that a blank comes here on the turn. It's an
There we
ace.
go.
And now Brian's got a flush draw as well. And he checks it. So Brian's playing the slow play. It's going to get checked to Sylvester. Pot's about $130. Now let's see how much Sylvester's going to bet. He thinks he's got the goods.
You think so?
Yeah, whatever.
He's going to bet
He's betting whatever he has in his
Three
hand.
different ways, man.
80. $80. Now let's see what Brian
I think he'll
does
take
here.
a step back if Brian puts in a raise.
80.
I don't
think
think
so?
that.
The
Yeah.
only thing he can be beaten right now by is Queen 9. Oh,
Queen,
and King
King,
Queen.
yeah.
King Queen now with the ace, right? Yeah, it's true. If someone was chasing with King Queen, that's why I think I'm surprised that he didn't put more money there on
Right.
the flop. I can't see how you don't put money in here if you're Brian in seat 5. I mean, how much are you going to slow play? Until when? Until a 9 comes off, a king or a queen to kill all the action? And he just calls again.
Oh, look at this.
And wow, Martin's going to raise all in. And this could be really interesting. He moves in for 200.
All in, man.
Brian has got the second nut. Sylvester has the third nut.
So they're pulling in the original bets here.
Sylvester's
Wow.
going to call, but he's got Brian to worry about behind him. And the pot is suddenly ballooned up to about $600 to $700. 200 to call here for Brian.
120 more?
20 more.
And again, if Sylvester keeps calling, why not raise here if you're Brian? Unless he's really scared of King Queen. And
There
there
we
he's
go.
gonna move all in here, Shirley. He moves all in. The pot was 700 before that all in. And let's see how much more it is here.
This one too, right?
Looks like another 500, I would say.
I don't
Well,
know.
excuse
it
me,
looks
it's
like 300. to me.
300 with when it was 420 total. So he moves all in here.
We should maybe see 5 for the
300 more.
So
Wow.
And did Sylvester call?
Now that the way the actions come down, this is kind of making it more difficult for Sylvester because it's only 300. That pot's huge.
The pot is, I want to say the pot is now around, I think, $1,100, 300 to call. So it's $1,100, 300 to call. And that money's on the side, remember. So, I mean, you got to think, he's not bluffing me on the side, right, into a dry side pot?
Right.
What would be the point of that? I think if Sylvester takes a step back and follows the action in his head, that you can lay this hand down. Brian moved all in on the side after smooth calling.
He's going to stand up
The
to
flop.
think about it.
Let's remember the action here. Brian checked the flop, Martin bet the pre-flop raiser, Sylvester called. Brian checked the turn. Martin checked. Sylvester bet. Brian smooth called.
Right.
Now, when Martin moves in over the top for a check raise on the turn, Sylvester calls, and now Brian moves all in on the side. There's no value in bluffing on the side here.
Right.
Because he still has to face Martin.
I got queen 9. I flopped it.
And look at that. Sylvester lays it down. He laid it down. What a great laydown. And
I got queen 9.
Martin's going to need to catch the queen to chop it up, and there it is. Chop the
I
pot.
got queen 9.
I know. He's
Wow. Chop the pot up. Well, Sylvester,
They
I mean,
would
he
have
might.
chopped. They would have all
Yeah.
chopped 3 ways.
Well, Sylvester, he might feel bad about it, but it's definitely the right laydown.
Well, it is the right laydown. How
Yeah.
much does he
I knew
miss
he'd
out if
have
they would
that.
have
I
chopped
thought
that
he'd
3 ways?
have
That main pot.
I flopped the goddamn.
It's about $350.
Very lucky.
Wow. Well, if
$350
the pot
three
was
ways.
Yeah,
I mean, it
they
was
both
like-
would have taken their side money back.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
then
yeah, I think you're
I
about.
think about $350 because you said about $1,100.
Oh my God.
I think I might have been including the side money in that though too. The main pot, well, we'll see. I think the main pot might have been $700 or $800. They would have taken
okay.
the side back, and
Okay.
then you would have, collected.
Oh, so you're factoring the whole thing.
So far behind.
Wow,
Ah, damn.
that's unbelievable.
The reason why I pulled the
Jack with a diamond. What?
I knew you had too much in the pot.
The jack was a diamond. Okay, yeah. I was like, I don't even see a flush draw. That's why I didn't care.
If he doesn't go all in,
Yeah, if that was a spade, you're
we
straight.
chop the pot.
So let's see how much actually it is there that they're
Yeah.
chopping in
If that was
half.
a spade, you're dead.
Oh, it looks like it was. Yeah, it looks like it was about a.
Oh, you flopped the ass end of it.
No shit.
I flopped a good one.
Let's see how much money. The question is how much money does seat 2 have in front of them right now. We can figure out what the main was.
I feel like that was straight.
Right,
Multiply
because
by
it's
2.
double. Yeah, double that. And so, well, those look a little larger than 100.
Yeah, he's probably got maybe 400 there, something. Maybe 400. So the main was about 800. So
Yeah.
and actually on the so the pot was 1100 with the side pot.
Right. So the main pot
Yeah.
800 divided by it's like 270 apiece.
Right. But again,
Well,
I mean, that's
if
the
there's
right
any
laydown.
consolation, yeah, you did the right thing.
Yeah. Again, I mean, that is almost a time when there is no value really in moving all in on the side there. You almost have to have the goods to do that. And remember, he smooth called the guy's bet. And then when the other guy check raises, he's now raising all in 2 people because he's got to beat 2 people. He's got to beat the guy with the 9-10 and the guy with the queen 9, the 7-9. So it's a great laydown.
When we flag call, I
6 players.
6-way action here.
flag call. That's why.
I believe this hand was brought in here by was it Martin over there in C2? The razor
If you
pre-flop.
go all in, I'm going to call you anyway.
Of course.
I'll chop.
Well, regardless, Gus has top pair here.
If I go in, you don't know.
I don't care.
If I go in, I have king queen.
Well, maybe.
60.
That's fine. What a beat down. I'm out of that.
Yeah, that was bad.
And we get a bet here by Gus.
I only have
It looks like he's going to take it down.
chop with you.
Well, look at this. Russ McGinley on 2+2 writes,
I already have this straight.
tell Gus that showing your hand to get a read doesn't work anymore, especially when you misread or cannot read the reaction by the other player. Also, you should wait until after playing to smoke a bowl. Very negative EV to do it beforehand. Well, I got to tell you, Russ, some people would disagree with you.
Does that mean you?
I don't.
You can't say that. I'm sorry, Bart. I put you on the spot.
I would never do anything like that.
Not before you come into work.
You're way
No, definitely not before I came into work.
I'm still over what I started with.
Especially with some of the situations we had to go down here.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
shouldn't be mad at him. You should
Definitely
like
not.
I do like him.
You didn't push me out. You were a chocolate pot.
If you ever need a clean
No. If you hadn't pushed,
sample.
because you're not calling the turn, remember?
I'm your girl. Or they'll probably be able to tell a girl from guy, right?
I would think so.
Oh, yeah.
$45 raise here
Remember, he goes all in, you can't call him anyway.
by seat 7, Nadiv.
One king can make it straight.
Brian's going to call. Jack 8 suited.
That's right. He's right. He's 100% right. We both
I've seen you do something like that.
Two players.
And we're heads up.
Oh, just me and you? Sorry, dude.
No, when you had him ace straight. Oh, Jack.
Ace King 7. Nadiv's got top pair.
He does that. We'll see what happens.
They checked.
Wow, everyone. Yeah, they both checked. And the
And
river.
checked again.
I think they're maybe they're friends or something. Because he gave Brian a couple free cards there. Brian
Yeah,
picked up
they
a
did.
straight and a flush draw on the turn. And you say you're not really a big drinker now, right?
No, I drink like 3 times a year, maybe.
Were you ever when you were younger?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
Wow.
went through my stages. You know, it's like, I did all of that. A
Did all-
pothead in high school. And
Really?
Yeah.
Holy Rosario.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was, high
But you
school.
didn't
and then
inhale,
when I,
though?
Shut up. And then, when I was around, I would say 17 to 21, I drank. Going out
17 to
the-
21.
Yeah.
15.
And then as soon as I hit 21, I just kind of,
I got to be honest with you, I didn't really start drinking until I was later on. Sophomore year of college, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any of the older brother influence in our high school. Like, we were all the oldest, so there wasn't any of that negative
3 players.
energy.
Yeah,
that one
our high
needs
school was
to
just
get,
total
to
party,
get really into it.
I was a quarters master.
King 8-6 here, a couple spades. Brian's got a flush draw. Gus has top pair. And it gets checked around. What is it with these guys?
I don't know what they're playing, what they're doing
ace
tonight.
King? I've seen that tons of times tonight. Now Gus bets. Brian calls with the flush draw. He's got a straight draw now, too. Oh, the river's a deuce. Gus bets and Brian folds. The only problem I had with quarters was, don't you get scared sometimes that you're going to swallow the quarter by accident? Like, I saw some crazy crazy stuff go down where, like,
Well, you don't
you've got
always
the quarters
have to-
in the beer, and, like, people are, like, drinking it with the quarters in the beer.
Yeah. I was
And,
just going to say, you don't
like-
necessarily have to drink that one. You can have 1 cup for the actual
Okay,
quarter.
but I
and
just
one
always
for
thought
a
that was
different
kind of dangerous.
one. Yeah, well, I didn't die from it. And I could drink with the best of them, let me tell you. I could sit there and play quarters, and they would really try to pick on me because I was really good at it. So they'd try to get me too drunk, so I couldn't shoot.
You drink your Coors Light.
So I would, okay, so I pick a lightweight drink, but I could drink it. And then I would just get so full, I'd go in the bathroom and do my thing, throw up a little bit, and go back and sit down. I've never spent a night on the bathroom floor. I've never spent more than 10 minutes throwing up.
That's great.
Shut up, Bart.
Jack 9-7 here, a couple
All
of
right.
hearts. Kyle's got a flush draw.
I know, a little more info
He's
than
gonna
you
bet.
need.
I'd say I only really got sick one time from drinking alcohol. As
Was it tequila?
David is going to call with,
2 players.
what does he got? He's got a double gutter there. An 8 or a queen would make his hand. Turns a 5. Kyle's going to keep betting. How long is David going to chase here with 2 hearts on board? The thing is, Kyle's going to need to bet the river.
I didn't even think about king queen.
I saw it, and that's what I said.
Well, if David were to raise here, he would win. And I want to see what happens here if Kyle misses the flush. How this is going to play out.
The best hand was king queen. I knew the best.
I mean, it's not far-fetched to think that one of these 2 guys could have.
Well, and the other thing too, it was open-ended. Because it would if he had king queen 10 jack on the flop. And I thought about it for a second. Well, if he got me, he got me. If he talks shit, he talks shit. If he wins, he wins. And turns
He's going to
out
make the
I was way
call.
ahead.
Here we go.
Nose wide open.
Well, the river's a 10. Well, now David's got a pair, surely. Let's see how much Kyle's going to bet.
100.
He's going to bet 100. I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Oh, stupid. Should be at 120.
That's about, I want to say, half the size of the pot.
Well, he's been betting the whole way, so David just has to analyze whether he was betting with the king.
I was trying to get overcalls.
Or would he shut down here and just check it down?
Right, because he didn't double the bet. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That would have worked.
Again, I don't. A case could be made that he might not have bet enough on the river.
Out of position on first act. Now I was trying to get overcalls from him.
It's a $100 bet.
Put all his money in the pot.
And yeah, he's going to take it
It's
down.
enough.
There you go, Kyle. My experience was the only time that I really got sick from alcohol, and it really wasn't even that sick. I mean, I was throwing up, but when I was about 16, and this is life-altering. Like, I can never touch the stuff again. I did about 20 shots of bourbon in about an hour. And, I can't get near that stuff now.
I hear that a lot about tequila, but I've never been a fan of tequila, so I've never had that. I
The
used
thing
to
about
drink
tequila,
peppermint
though, is
schnapps.
I think that you have to have good tequila to be able... I mean, bad tequila.
Tequila, period, is pretty gross.
Well, any of those sweet liqueurs are going to get you sick. Peppermint schnapps.
Well, that's what I used to drink.
Rumpelmans, Jägermeister.
I just used to wake up with a big headache, but I didn't used to get sick.
We got a raise here by seat 7. Ace 10 offsuit. Kyle's going to call over there. We can see one card. It looks like he's got pocket 3s.
He has 1 3.
Still talking about this. I bet you can amuse yourself for
C2's got ace queen.
10-second show.
Yeah, pocket
There we go.
3s. So three-way action here. Ace queen, ace 10, and pocket 3s. 10, 8, 8.
Someone paid $200.
Oh, God, I don't want to talk about that. You want to play a little bit, Alan?
You just paid $200.
You want to play a little bit?
And Nadiv has bet.
75.
He bet 75.
Come on, Alan.
What I do is I call the flop for $5.
I'll pay $5. Not 100. Damn.
No, it's not 100.
And he takes it.
Listen, if you pick a number,
Thank you.
any number, ace, through, whatever, any card, if 2 of them come on the flop,
There you go.
it's $100.
If it's the same color, it's $200.
Button moves over there to seat 1.
If it's all 3,
We've got about 5 or 10 minutes left in the show.
It's $50.
right, and if
So $50.
so like if one of yours comes on the flop,
Same color.
cards,
Got a chip count there. So it looks like Al's the big winner tonight, Shirley. He's up about
And it helps when you
$835.
get aces and whatever else he had. Ace, king, and jacks, I think.
Sylvester at 1,300. I don't know. Is that accurate from when he lost that pot to seat 5 there? I'm not sure. It is?
20.
Yeah, pretty close.
And Martin has
Okay.
400, so we know that he lost one buy-in at least.
you do it?
I do.
Do you? All right.
Got a raise here, and who is the raiser here? Rick Nebbiolo. He's got ace
Whatever you
queen,
want. It doesn't matter what
and he
card.
picks up top pair there. Queen
And-
6-4.
2 of those cards come on the flop, $100.
Is David going to take a
Same
stab at
color,
this?
Hearts and spades, or hearts and diamonds, spades and clubs.
Yeah, he's going to bet it. Let's see what
All
Rick does.
3 of them, 5 bills. So if you have 8s and
So he's
flop,
betting on a
8,
bluff.
500. You get it.
Well, you know Rick doesn't like to slow play. He's always a fan of fast play.
Nothing. It's a chop. It depends on what. Depends on what.
Is he going to get tricky or
No,
cute with it?
No, we're like I'm going to take 4.
The only thing is, if he just calls here, Shirley, I mean, what is he calling?
Now,
What-
right now, if
The same card.
well, you can switch up if you want to, but it's.
I mean, a call here, and I'm Rick Nebbiolo, and I call, and excuse me, I'm Rick Nebbiolo's opponent. That's just as
That's
good as a
what you
raise.
Yeah,
It's
right.
just-
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, maybe he's got overcards.
As soon
and
as he
spade
calls, you
draw,
kind of
but-
shut down. At least
Yeah.
the way he's playing tonight.
Right. Queen
And the
comes
funny
50
thing
bucks,
is at the beginning of the show, I said that he would play a little looser because he didn't want to be known as a nit. And
100.
Well, he raised. Yeah,
I think he's playing tighter than ever.
It's not that big. You know what?
They're not gonna
I
get
lost
involved.
$50 the other night. I hit 8s 2 times back-to-back flops. 2 8s came on the flop twice. I won $200 with that. It's easy. Come on, dude. One time.
Cool game, though.
One time.
It's pure luck.
That's all it is. It's just
It's fun, though. It's not fun.
like I said.
Either way, whatever it was, nice.
All right, let's just do it for funsies then. I've got 7.
I'll take 9s.
Okay. There you go.
Button is over there in seat number 2.
Oh. Oh, just for funsies. Shits and giggles.
What do I have? 9.
9.
9.
I hope 3 9s.
Limp.
You want 500 bucks. When you got a good
And it's going to get limped around here. Here we go.
Black king. Play
Four
nothing.
hands later, another 2 pieces.
King 3 deuce.
I had king the other day.
Pair of deuces and
I
a
had
pair
eight
of
and I beat
threes.
Bill.
but-
30?
He had 9s and beat me out
No
of
king.
200 real quick.
I'd rather bet $5 on deuce 4 6 on the flop.
We get a bet there by seat number
You want to do that?
3 and a call. We're heads up. Queen 8 against 4-5 suited.
You're playing the flop.
Gus, I believe, bet out,
Deuce of 4 or 6 on the flop, I get $5.
and now he checks. And Sylvester bets with
like that, right?
excuse me, Nadiv bets with an open-ended straight draw and takes it down.
Any deuce, any 4, any 6 on the flop.
This is going to be the last hand of the night. I want to squeeze one more email in here
4 6 7 on the flop.
from Billy Dahl. He says, I'm just wondering about your opinion on having chipped racks on the table, even playing from the racks. I've always thought, been told, and read that it's considered to be bad poker etiquette to play from the rack. Well, they allow it here, Shirley, and I got to be honest with you, I don't really know the difference because I've always played with the racks on the table.
Right.
I know in Vegas they don't allow it. I
Right.
don't know what the big deal is. Why would that be bad etiquette? Is it because it slows the game down?
I
or
think
something?
because the way that when you put your rack, it could if you put it long way like seat 4 has his, it could block the view of cards of somebody sitting on either side of it. I'm not really sure because it is an acceptable thing, here at the bike. I mean, a lot of people do it, so I don't think twice about it.
So we got seat 6 who brought this one in for $10, and 5 people called. Nebbiola's got pocket 8s, and he looks like he's good here. Queen, Queen 9. But he's going to check.
Oh, he had 7.
And everybody
I
checks.
had 2 red queens.
Oh, the turn's an ace. It's a third diamond. I was going to wonder if Rick might fire out here on the turn.
You would have had queen.
Right, yeah.
Diamond.
And let's see. No one bets again, and the river's a 9. And look at Rick's hand. He plays the board now.
They all play the board.
No one can beat the board. Chop it up 5 ways?
Yes.
15, nobody's.
Well, that kind of summarizes the show.
Queens and 9s with an ace kicker. But look at this. Rick's going to bet. He's going to bet make a steal. He placed the board. Maybe he can figure that out. Can anyone beat the board? I mean, it's queens and 9s with
He'll
an
at
ace.
least get a few of these people out.
Well, the funny thing is, Shirley, if you don't have a pair above 9s, look at it. He's going to call in seat 2. If you don't have a pair above 9s, how do you not beat the? How do you beat the board? Right? A king high doesn't beat the board.
I think they're all lying.
Right. Well, what I don't get is that bet should have worked by Rick. The guy in seat 2 is called a $30, was it $20 bet to get half the pot.
I don't know if he knows that he placed the board. The guy in seat 2. Does he know that he? I mean, he's going to split it up, but I don't know if you give him credit that he knew that.
Dude, I would have raised it.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'd have made it like 230.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank
Yeah.
you very much for all joining us. And tomorrow night, we are going to be doing our Poker Blue
Well
Whale
night. Oh, there you go again. Don't get me started.
We'll go until this is over.
Look at that. Poker Blue Whale Night tomorrow night. It's going to be 50-100 no limit, $5,000 max buy-in, and it's a lot of action. So come join us, and surely you'll be back tomorrow night, right?
Right.
So for everyone here in the booth, I'm Bart Hanson. Join us every Monday through Friday from 6 to 9. Good night, everybody, from
Good night.
Live at the Bike.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the Bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.